You are looking live at New York City. It is cold on the outside, but things are about to heat up inside the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden, as we are here to kick off the road to WrestleMania and welcome you to the 2025 Royal Rumble. Tonight is about one thing: opportunity to compete, to trailblaze, to make history. History is always made at the Rumble. And tonight, there will be more Rumble than ever before. 30 men, 30 women, the chance to headline the grandest stage of them all. Who will outlast the competition and etch their name in stone? Who will scratch and claw, hoping to obtain their golden ticket to the show of shows? When the smoke clears and the dust settles, who will be the one? Championships. They are the pinnacle of success. Holding their weight places your name in time and history. And tonight, these superstars stand on the shoulders of the champions that came before, hoping to create moments that last an eternity. New York City stands as the battleground to see which one of these stars holds the rightful name of the Queen. To see who truly is the top dog of these dangerous yards. And to see whose obsession with gold and glory fuels them to stand back up and fight just a little longer. It's nights like tonight where legends are born. And here, now, live from the world's most famous stage, these superstars chase down the barrel of success. They fight for their right to see their name in the lights. And tonight, only the best will move one step closer to the ultimate immortality. This is one of the most important nights of the year. This is the Royal Rumble, and the time to fight is now.
And now, WWE Royal Rumble.
You are looking live at a sold-out Madison Square Garden in the Big Apple, New York City, as we kick off the road to WrestleMania right here at the Royal Rumble. And I can't think of a more exhilarating, exciting way to kick things off tonight in Madison Square Garden than with the WWE Tag Team Championships on the line. It was just 3 nights ago on SmackDown that these two gentlemen, Axiom and Nathan Frazer, outlasted former tag team champions in Los Garza, as well as the D'Angelo family in the triple threat elimination bout, earning themselves #1 contendership right here tonight at the kickstart to the road to WrestleMania. What an opportunity that lies ahead. Axiom and Nathan Frazer better be ready, because these two gentlemen certainly are the reigning, defending WWE Tag Team Champions. Dragon Lee, the Hall of Famer Rey Mysterio, the Latino World Order. Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio winning those championships back in October at the SmackDown season premiere. They have outlasted Los Garza. They have outlasted any challenge put in front of them, and one of those challenges includes Nathan Frazer and Axiom. These two teams met back on November the 17th at the Cruiserweight Classic finale, just a short trip from Madison Square Garden over in Hammerstein Ballroom. The LWO the victors on that Sunday afternoon. But 2 months later, Frazer and Axiom have got their heads on straight. They have earned #1 contendership, and they are back in the line of fire of these two luchadors. 4 exciting talents ready to pop off with some fireworks here at the Royal Rumble. But only one team can leave as the WWE Tag Team Champions.
The following contest is a tag team match set for one fall and is for the WWE Tag Team Championship. Introducing the challengers at a combined weight of 336 pounds. The team of Nathan Frazer and Axiom. And their opponents at a combined weight of 340 pounds. The WWE Tag Team Champions, Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio.
We'd be remiss if we didn't discuss Dragon Lee, or I should say Axiom and Nathan Frazer's victory last month on SmackDown over Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods of the New Day. Veteran team, one of the best to ever do it. Axiom and Frazer's were the victors on that night. Just one of the victories that put them in line to become #1 contenders. But right here at the Royal Rumble is where the victory matters most. Can Frazer and Axiom outlast Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee right here in MSG? The bell has sounded. We are underway here at the Royal Rumble. The road to WrestleMania has officially begun. And who is going to start down that journey all the way till March, all the way till Philadelphia, as the WWE Tag Team Champions on Thursday Night SmackDown? Nathan Frazer and Axiom have contested for the championships twice before. We mentioned the battle against Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio 2 months ago, right here in New York in Hammerstein Ballroom. But they also took on the former tag team champions as well, former tandem in that, of Austin Theory and Grayson Waller, all the way last May at the SmackDown exclusive Battleground event. 2 unsuccessful outings over the last year for Frazer and Axiom, trying to win the tag team titles. Will the 3rd time be the charm? Here in New York City off the super kick, nearly knocking Dragon Lee's lights out in the early going. Dragon Lee still a fairly newcomer to SmackDown in recent months, aligning with the Latino World Order after an incredible outing in the Cruiserweight Classic. First night on SmackDown, winning the tag team titles alongside an idol of his, what has become a mentor, and of course the Hall of Famer, in Rey Mysterio. I'm sure Dragon Lee has picked up a couple of pointers from the man he just tagged in, the master of the 619, Rey Mysterio. There's a tag made to Axiom. Fresh legs on both sides of this tag team title affair. And Axiom ever explosive. Big time Pele kick on Rey Mysterio. These two men have been entangled in the past. As a matter of fact, Axiom's debut on SmackDown on the main roster, dating all the way back to 2023, was a singles matchup against Rey Mysterio for the Cruiserweight Championship. Off the Tornado DDT, out of the corner, looking for the victory this time. Mysterio gets the shoulder up. Going to take a lot more to keep down the Hall of Famer. I think Axiom and Nathan Frazer know they are not in for an easy task tonight, especially after they have been inside the squared circle with the LWO before. But what can they learn from that loss 2 months ago in the Hammerstein Ballroom? What can they pick out from that matchup and try to do differently this time around and hopefully win the tag team titles? And there's Mysterio doing what he's done best. Springboard into the Bulldog. One of the many maneuvers that has made Rey so successful throughout his Hall of Fame career. Down goes Axiom. Mysterio's had success at this very event. Back in 2006, won the entire Royal Rumble matchup. Went on to win the World Championship at WrestleMania that year. Tag made to Dragon Lee, and Dragon showing why he is one of the future stars of the main event scene here in WWE. Talking about making an impact, and now a tag made to Rey. The LWO looking like a well-oiled machine. The Dragon Lee may be fairly new to SmackDown still over the last few months, but he is in there with Rey Mysterio, somebody who has so much big match experience. That's certainly going to benefit the LWO. Here in Madison Square Garden, Mysterio nearly getting caught that time. Axiom stack it up. One half of the tag team champions and taking down Mysterio that time. I think he knew he was going to get the victory, but allowed that pinfall to get momentum back on the challenger's side. Talked about the victory over the New Day, of course, 3 nights ago. Keeping down the D'Angelo family and former WWE Tag Team Champions as early as just a few months ago when Angel and Berto. Axiom and Frazer with a hard yet deserving road to become #1 contenders, but can they make the most of the opportunity here at the Royal Rumble? Nathan Frazer, legal competitor. Tandem offense by the challengers into the shooting star. Mysterio looking to be out for a nap in the middle of New York City. Unfortunately for Nathan Frazer, we are in the city that never sleeps. Mysterio now creates some distance. Another springboard. Beautifully executed crossbody. Just when you think you got one of the greatest to ever do it down and out, Rey Mysterio, time and time again throughout his career, knows how to rise like a phoenix, and so does his tag team partner, Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee tagged in. Mysterio and Lee continuing to try to keep each other fresh here, but that momentarily hesitation giving Nathan Frazer an out. A moment of R&R, now Dragon Lee hoisted on top. Frazer not going to get what he wanted that time around. Oh no, Frazer might be in trouble, maybe going for a ride. Falls behind Dragon, takes the leg out from underneath him. Anything you can do to ground the luchadors. Best case scenario, but then again, look who we're talking about. Frazer and Axiom, 2 men who live by the mantra of never slow down. Nathan Frazer with a springboard crossbody of his own that time. Not keeping Dragon Lee out for a 3 count, but enough to again, just as we talked about with Axiom a few minutes ago, get momentum back on their side and try to move one step closer to leaving with championship gold. Some more tandem offense by Frazer and Axiom. Ever since these 2 men have aligned in the early part of 2024, they have really blossomed into their own, but can they finally bring home some hardware? What an incredible maneuver by Axiom. Using the ropes to his advantage. Massive cutter, out of this world like. Dragon Lee trying to fight back, maybe feeling a sense of urgency after such a massive maneuver by Axiom. Dragon Lee on spaghetti legs as one half of the challengers has got one half of the champions rocked. Dragon on top in his very first match here in Madison Square Garden. Maybe looking up at the lights. Oh man, Axiom gonna meet him up there. Double under hook toss. Much needed tag. New York City in appreciation of this exciting action. Mysterio legal man. 619 in MSG. Just when you think the challengers had it, here's Mysterio to turn the tides. This one's not over yet. Nathan Frazer still in the soles of his boots. Man, Axiom taking down Dragon Lee with a high-octane maneuver. Dragon with a much-needed tag to Rey. And there's Rey Mysterio, the veteran, bringing this matchup back into LWO territory. Tag made to Frazer. Both men charging at each other. Mysterio around and around like a tilt-a-whirl. And down goes Frazer again. Rey Mysterio trying to use his speed, but unfortunately speed isn't anybody's ally in this matchup as all 4 men got rockets strapped to their boots. Nathan Frazer now looking to win the race. Speaking of boots, Rey Mysterio just ate one of the challengers. Back and forth we start to go for the WWE Tag Team titles in the middle of the world's most famous arena. Rey Mysterio hoisted on top. Frazer gonna meet him up there. Beautiful Frankensteiner. Back up top he goes. Never slow down. To win the titles, no. Frankensteiner, followed by the Frog Splash, an electric New York City crowd. But just as Frazer broke up the count after the 619, Dragon Lee did the same. This is how you kick off the action on one of the most important nights on the WWE calendar. Rey Mysterio out of the corner here. What's he got? Using the ropes like an amusement park ride. A jungle gym in the middle of the concrete jungle that is New York. Drop kick followed by the DDT and a much needed tag to Dragon Lee. The two luchadors here trying to find a way to keep down these game time challengers. Dragon Lee momentarily brought in enemy territory here, but I think one half of the champions is starting to find his mojo again. Down goes Frazer. Shooting star of his own. Dragon Lee looking for his Madison Square Garden debut to be a successful one. He's hoisted on top. Frazer on wobbly legs, and he just got chopped down the sides. And another near fall. The referee, Chad Patton, calling for the 2. As a dodge by Frazer that time, felt Dragon Lee's presence looming. Trying to get Dragon Lee to enemy territory. Works out for him. Tag made to Axiom. What do the challengers got? In their wheelhouse. Double super kicks. Dragon Lee may be seeing stars. Fireman's carry position. Axiom loves to utilize that slam as some extra pressure before the submission hold that he's got Dragon Lee all kinds of tied up in the center of the ring. Rey Mysterio gonna make sure no decision isn't made. Axiom with his eyes locked in the Hall of Famer, looking to divide and conquer. Dragon Lee might have been the end of the line had Rey Mysterio not instituted himself. Pump kick by Axiom. One of the maneuvers that got them #1 contendership. Dragon Lee kicks out. You listen to this capacity crowd at Madison Square Garden showing their appreciation of all 4 talents. Operation Dragon lands flush. Frazer again ensuring a 1-2-3 is not made here in MSG. What a matchup for the WWE Tag Team titles as Dragon Lee turns his sights to Nathan Frazer. Oh, oof. That was a miscalculation, miscommunication that time by the Tag Team Champions. Mysterio sent Axiom back inside the ring, all the while Dragon Lee was hoping for a tope suicida. Dragon trying to get back inside of the ring, but obviously is feeling the wherewithal, the punishment of that crash and burn. Off the Pele by Axiom, a miscommunication out of the Tag Team Champions may come back to bite him here. Nathan Frazer off the swing blade. Looking at a man who was trained by the visionary Seth freaking Rollins. If that doesn't tell you what Nathan Frazer's capable of, I don't know what will. Dragon Lee trying to fight back. Frazer goes behind once more, and a drop kick lands flush. Do the challengers have the LWO backed against the wall? That's the question that's at hand here. Oh, Dragon Lee creating some distance. Can't discount the WWE Tag Team Champions. Dragon back inside the ring. Around and around we go. Nice reversal there. As Nathan Frazer pops up and pulls the rug out from underneath Lee's feet. Tell you what, Dragon Lee's trying to fight. He's trying to survive, but he is certainly not looking his best. Down goes Rey Mysterio. A tag made to Axiom as Lee is looking worse for wear. Fireman's carry position again. 450 by Frazer. Axiom going up. Moonsault damn near halfway across the ring. Into the cover goes Axiom. He got him. We got new WWE Tag Team Champions to kick things off here at the Royal Rumble. What a matchup. What a performance by by Axiom and Nathan Frazer.
Here are your winners, the team of Nathan Frazer and Axiom.
They defeated the New Day to qualify. They defeated Los Garza and the D'Angelo family to earn #1 contendership. And tonight, they took down Dragon Lee and Hall of Famer Rey Mysterio. And not just any building, but the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden. A breakout performance for Axiom and Nathan Frazer as they kickstart their road to WrestleMania as being crowned the new WWE Tag Team Champions. We are 55 days away from a trip to Philadelphia, Lincoln Financial Field, for the grandest stage of them all, WrestleMania. And I got one question. Who's going to WrestleMania? Well, we begin to find out right here, right now, coming up next here in Madison Square Garden. It is the 30-woman Royal Rumble matchup. Superstars from Raw and SmackDown are right behind the curtain, ready to make their entrance, hoping to be the last woman standing and punching their ticket to a championship match on either March 8th or March 9th in Philadelphia at WrestleMania. It's time to rumble.
Is the Royal Rumble match. Now, the two superstars that drew #1 and #2 will start the ring at the same time. Other superstars will join in the order they drew. This will continue until all 30 superstars have entered the ring. Eliminations occur when you are thrown over the top rope with both feet landing on the floor. The last superstar in the ring will be declared the Royal Rumble winner and will go on to face the champion of their choice at WrestleMania!
Here we go!
Welcome to the generation of Jade.
And at entrance #1, a former women's champion, Cora Jade.
Introducing the participants. First, from Chicago, Illinois, Cora Jade.
One of the top acts from Monday Night Raw draws the unfortunate position of entrance #1 in the Royal Rumble match. The last time Cora Jade was in these hallowed halls of Madison Square Garden was just a few short months ago, September to be exact, at the Queen of the Ring event, where she walked in and walked out as the WWE Women's Champion. Cora Jade has been engulfed in a multiple-month rivalry with the EST Bianca Belair, one that has led to neither of them currently holding championship gold. Cora Jade has a busy week here in the WWE alongside Roxanne Perez targeting the Kabuki Warriors, but tonight it's not about the tag team titles, it's about the Royal Rumble and going to WrestleMania. And at entrance #2, a superstar making their Madison Square Garden debut, none other than Jade Cargill.
Introducing the individual who drew number 2 from Vero Beach, Florida, Jade Cargill.
Yeah, we talked moments ago about the Queen of the Ring event back in September. It was on that night that it was revealed that one of the hottest free agents in professional wrestling had signed on the dotted line with WWE. And here she is, live and in living color, Jade Cargill, who has made her presence felt over the last few months on Monday Night Raw. Entrance number 2 in the Royal Rumble matchup, just about as bad as entering number 1. A very unfortunate situation for both of these women. But if they want to win it all, if they want to go to WrestleMania, they got to be prepared to go wire to wire as Cora Jade and Jade Cargill kick off the 2025 Women's Royal Rumble match. I cannot wait to see how these events unfold. Who is going to the grandest stage of them all? Well, the bell has sounded and we are underway with the Women's Royal Rumble matchup. We're going to be thrown over the top rope, both feet landing on the floor to be eliminated. 28 participants still to come as the first 2 have been revealed. Cora Jade, although did not win the award, certainly one of the breakout superstars of 2024. Women's Money in the Bank holder last year, cashed it in a month later at SummerSlam to win the title. Hold it for several months on Monday Night Raw. Victories over Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley at that. Cora Jade looking to get back to the promised land. It could start here tonight by winning the 2025 Royal Rumble matchup. Certainly a tall task standing in her way, not just going wire to wire in the Royal Rumble matchup, but right now just having to deal with one of the toughest superstars that Raw has to offer in Jade Cargill. And here we go, the clock's counting down. Who's going to be entrance number 3? And from Monday Night Raw, it is going to be Chelsea Green joining the fray. Well, Green had a showing. It wasn't much of an eventful showing, but a showing nonetheless against Rhea Ripley this past Monday night. If you didn't see Raw, you can take a wild guess how that ended. Chelsea Green hoping to have better luck here on Sunday night in the Garden. Just got sent for an amusement park ride by Jade and one by Cora as well. Yeah, that could be an effective duo. 2 Jades working together, but I got a feeling they're not going to work out like that. Chelsea sent over the top rope. Cora Jade going after Chelsea here. There she goes.
Green has been eliminated.
Who gets credit for that elimination? Cora Jade sent over the top. There she goes.
Has been eliminated.
That is a shocker. Jade Cargill just eliminated Cora Jade. And at entrance number 4, here comes Candice LeRae from SmackDown. But I gotta say, I'm in disbelief. The 2024 Money in the Bank winner, former women's champion, Cora Jade, starting this matchup at entrance number 1, and she has already been tossed by Jade Cargill. Oh man, Cora, somebody who's had a lot of blood on her hands in recent months and certainly the last few weeks, going after Bianca, going after the Kabuki Warriors alongside Roxanne Perez. She is not going to be happy about the events of tonight at the Rumble. Well, nonetheless, Jade Cargill, I guess, and Cora Jade, it was almost a tandem elimination there, getting rid of Chelsea Green. Jade now eliminating Cora. And now Cargill left inside the ring with entrance number 4, that being the veteran, and Candice LeRae from SmackDown. Man, anything can happen in the Royal Rumble matchup. Just when you think your favorites are in there, the top stars of the industry, at any point they can be sent for a ride and eliminated. And number 5 about to be on their way. Oh man, well Jade very familiar. With the woman entering the ring now, it is Liv Morgan. Jade Cargill with another elimination as she sends Candice LeRae back to the locker room. Well, Liv Morgan, who has had a problem with Jade ever since her Raw debut, former women's champion who has really saw not a lot of good luck in the back half of 2024, frustrated at her own defeats. Back at the Queen of the Ring, came up short to Tiffany Stratton in this very building in the semifinals of the tournament. Looking to use Jade Cargill's spotlight in recent months as a catapult to get her back to the promised land. Issues between Jade and Liv continue to develop, and here they go, crossing paths yet again in the middle of the Royal Rumble matchup. Sure, it'd be a feather in the cap, something we would hear a lot about out of the mouth of Liv Morgan. if she could eliminate one of Raw's hottest stars in Jade Cargill from the Rumble. Easier said than done. These two women want to tear each other apart at the current moment as another one's about to enter the fray. And it is going to be Mi Chin from Monday Night Raw. You see Liv Morgan. Liv clearly thought Jade Cargill was in progress of her, was right behind her. Miscalculation by Liv, and it's going to come back to bite her. So a lot of high risk, high reward in our opening matchup, courtesy of SmackDown for the tag team titles. Obviously, Liv Morgan trying to replicate what she might have saw moments ago. Did not work out for her. You got Mi Chin in there, somebody who's been in the ring with Liv Morgan in the past on Raw. 3 Monday Night Raw representatives inside the squared circle right now. For all we know, it could be one of these women going the distance and headlining WrestleMania. What a maneuver by Jade Cargill that time. I'll tell you, Jade's first Rumble, Jade's first outing here in Madison Square Garden could be a hell of a night for that woman who has made her presence felt on Raw. Number 7 on their way here at MSG. And another Raw superstar representing the Creeds. It's Ivy Nile at the number 7 position here in the Royal Rumble matchup. Jade Cargill hanging on. Wait a minute. There goes Ivy.
Ivy Nile has been eliminated.
Well, thanks for coming, Ivy. Better luck next year. Liv Morgan making short work of Ivy Nile in and out in the Royal Rumble matchup. Sometimes it's really all you can have, all you can do. So hard to outlast the superstars, the competition in a matchup like this. You gotta have eyes in the back of your head. Technically, Ivy Nile saw Liv coming, but Liv didn't have the defense to defend herself. Former women's champion and Liv Morgan, somebody who took down Rhea Ripley last year at WrestleMania, multiple-month rivalry with the Nightmare. Right now, getting pummeled by Jade and Mi Chin. Maybe somebody who's going to come out here and maybe aid Liv Morgan, or at least get the attention off her as Jade Cargill, massive Samoan drop. Number 8 on their way, and business going to pick up. Representing the Kabuki Warriors, representing the Women's Tag Team Champions, is the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka. And Asuka going after Jade Cargill. What a collision that could be one day between those two elite women. I think Asuka entering the ring took the eye off the ball for Jade Cargill, at least in terms of targeting Liv Morgan. That's probably the best thing that could ever happen to Liv. Maybe we spoke too soon. There's Mi Chin trying to go after Asuka. Jade needs to make sure she's reserving some energy if she wants to go wire to wire in this matchup. And I still can't believe, Mi Chin nearly eliminated. I still can't believe the early out for Cora Jade. Jade Cargill making quick work of a woman who was a mainstay of Monday Night Raw throughout last year. Cora's gonna have something to say about that, you gotta rest assured. Nonetheless, 4 women currently in the ring. 3 of them from Raw, 1 from SmackDown, and Asuka, the number 9 entry, about to join the party here in New York City. Oh, man! Well, it's anybody's ball game here in the Royal Rumble. At entrance number 9, it is Hall of Famer, Women's Champion, Trish Stratus. Former Women's Champion, that is, multiple times throughout her career. I guess anybody can enter the Royal Rumble matchup and try to punch their ticket to WrestleMania. Trish Stratus entering the fray here in the Garden. And this is where some of the ladies are going to be tested. How do you fare against an unexpected guest? Trish Stratus throwing down to anybody who's moving inside of that ring. Going after Liv Morgan. That's a one-on-one dream matchup for my estimation. Meanwhile, Jade Cargill has just got her sights on Liv. Ever since that count-out victory by Liv a few weeks ago on Raw, Jade has been ticked off, to say the least. It cost Liv that matchup against Lyra Valkyria this past Monday night. My God, what a kick by Asuka. And a number 10, somebody who was in the ring with Asuka this past Monday as well, representing the Unholy Union. It is Alba Fire. We are a 10th of the way through the Women's Royal Rumble matchup. Alba Fire and Isla Dawn coming up short of the Kabuki Warriors this past Monday night on Raw in a Women's Tag Team Championship matchup. Live to fight another day will Fire and Dawn. Maybe one of them will be successful here in the Royal Rumble matchup as Alba Fire has joined the party. Leaving us with 6. The first 10 entrants. The Royal Rumble matchup currently at play. One of those is not the former women's champion in Cora Jade, as Jade Cargill making quick work of one of the best superstars of 2024. As we talked about already, you got to have eyes in the back of your head. This kind of matchup at any given second. Somebody can sneak up behind you, try to toss you over the top rope, get that quick elimination. Try to layer, or I should say lighten the field here at the Rumble. Alba Fire taking care of Mi Chin. Another body falling to the floor in MSG. And who's next? It is going to be Blair Davenport at the number 11 position from Thursday Night SmackDown. Mi Chin out, Blair in. Bodies continuing to be tossed from pillar to post. And Jade Cargill has not let up to the attack of Liv Morgan. And anytime Liv can find a window of opportunity for offense, she's getting it in as well. These two women looking to tear each other apart in the midst of the Royal Rumble matchup. Jade saying, "You want to share my spotlight? I'll make you famous here in Madison Square Garden." Jade better keep her eye on some of the other competition inside of the ring, such as one half of the women's tag team champions at Asuka, who's looking to take care of Blair Davenport with a hip attack. Blair Davenport may be KO'd in a hurry here. Up against the ropes, and the Empress of Tomorrow looking to make quick work. There goes Blair. Blair in, Blair out. Number 12 on their way. And here comes the man, Becky Lynch from Monday Night Raw. Becky joining the party. Getting in there with Hall of Famer Trish Stratus and Alba Fire and Asuka. And Trish nearly eliminated. Trish skinning the cat, still holding on. And just like that, Trish Stratus, an unexpected guest here, almost sent back to the locker room and out of New York City. Oh, Jade with a superplex on Liv. 12 entries so far. Only 6 of them still stand in the Royal Rumble matchup. The winner will choose either the Women's World Title or the WWE Women's Championship. A main event contest in Philadelphia at WrestleMania. Oh, and there goes Trish. Becky Lynch sending the Hall of Famer out of here. All the while, Jade continues to attack Liv, and Becky gonna make her pay for not paying attention to the rest of the field. Number 13 out next. And Alba Fire gonna have some company. And maybe a little bit of help as Asuka's beating the hell out of Alba. Here comes her tag team partner in Isla Dawn. Isla going after Becky Lynch, or maybe it was Becky who went after Isla, and Isla gonna turn her attention to any woman swinging fisticuffs. Best case scenario for the Unholy Union right now would be teaming up and taking care of the rest of the women inside of the ring. Strange alliances can be formed in the Royal Rumble matchup, but that would be a very welcomed alliance for Fire and Dawn. Tag team partners taking care of any woman that's standing. That would be their best case scenario to go to WrestleMania. Right now, Isla's going for a ride courtesy of the man. Alba's throwing fists with anybody that's moving. Jade Cargill dealing with both the Unholy Union. Alba Fire in there, former NXT United Kingdom Women's Champion. All the tools to be a champion on Raw. Maybe tonight's her breakout performance as number 14 joins the party next. And also from Monday Night Raw is the Queen of Hearts, Natalya. Back here in Madison Square Garden, somebody where her family has had so much history.
Alba Fire has been eliminated.
And just as Natalya enters the ring, Alba Fire, who we were just touting her previous accolades moments ago, is being sent out of this matchup, I believe, by the man, Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch, somebody who has been in the promised land in the past, somebody who has held the Women's Championship, wants to do so all over again. Loads of history with the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka, who just sent out Isla Dawn.
Has been eliminated.
Well, I guess the tandem idea for the Unholy Union trying to team up and take out the competition, maybe better luck next year. Becky Lynch, Asuka, Natalya, Liv Morgan, and Jade Cargill. Really the 5 superstars inside The Royal Rumble matchup here in Madison Square Garden. Number 15 on the way. We're about to be halfway through the 2025 Women's Royal Rumble. Who's it going to be? Oh, man! From NXT, Julia is on the scene! One of the most exciting competitors on the NXT brand. One of the most physical competitors on the black and yellow brand. Julia entering the ring here at the Royal Rumble and looking to make a name for herself in the world's most famous arena. Going right after the Queen of Hearts, Natalya. We sent superstars from Raw and SmackDown guaranteed. We already saw Trish, and here's an NXT representative. Meanwhile, Natalya going after Liv. Oh, and there she goes! Liv Morgan eliminated. Natalya not too far behind. Just like that, casualty after casualty. Natalya eliminates Liv. Unfortunately, a celebration short-lived as Jade Cargill eliminates Natalya. Number 16 coming out next to join Julia, Becky, Jade, and Asuka. And it is also Kairi Sane for the Kabuki Warriors. There goes Becky Lynch. Julia from NXT eliminates the man. Trying to target Kairi Sane before Kairi can help out Asuka. Another elimination.
Has been eliminated.
Asuka, or I should say Kairi, in and out by hands of NXT's Julia. Man, oh man. Fireworks to be had here in Madison Square Garden in the midst of the Women's Royal Rumble match. The NXT representative from across the pond, Julia, from the land of the rising sun, making her presence felt in her Madison Square Garden debut. Kairi Sane of the Kabuki Warriors. Kairi Sane of the Women's Tag Team Champions. Unable to align herself with Asuka in this matchup as she has been sent in and out of this matchup in a hurry. What a shocker is this matchup going to progress. Number 17 is Shotzi from SmackDown. All the while, Jade looking to neutralize a very energetic Julia. She just got jaded. Well, Jade's gonna have to get Julia up and over the top rope, and that's one way to crush her momentum in this contest, at least for a moment. Shotzi joined the fray, been a couple of months since she's been in action on SmackDown, back here tonight. And the crosshairs of Jade Cargill, and oh, there goes Shotzi.
Has been eliminated.
Jade Cargill saying, welcome back, see you later. Asuka and Julia go back at it. It's a one-on-one dream match anywhere in the world. Tell you what, Julia could be looking to break out of the pack from NXT and make a name for herself on the main roster, and she could certainly be doing so by winning the Royal Rumble matchup right here tonight. Certainly would be an unexpected victor here in New York City. Number 18 position, former Women's Tag Team Champion as well as a former Women's World Champion, Shayna Baszler, has entered the squared circle. Last time out here in Madison Square Garden back in September, Asuka and Io Sky taking the Women's Tag Team titles away from Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler. Survivor Series 2023, right here in Madison Square Garden, Shayna Baszler winning the Women's World Championship. Four-woman elimination bout on that night. Now Baszler back inside the Garden looking to win the Royal Rumble contest. Baszler's got her eyes set on Asuka. Could be looking for some retribution. So much history between those two women, dating all the way back to the summer, and there she goes.
Asuka has been eliminated.
Asuka in this matchup for about 10 entrants thus far, but the Empress is gone. Meanwhile, Jade Cargill, who started this matchup at entrance number 2, still hanging in there as number 19, about to make her presence felt. And Zelina Vega returns to New York City, familiar stomping grounds, and hoping to get back in the line of fire for the Women's World title. It's right back here at Queen of the Ring in September. Vega, one of the best matches of the year, against the prodigy Roxanne Perez in a losing effort for the Women's World title. Maybe tonight is where Vega breaks out for the pack. Springboard moonsault takes down Baszler. Two women who have been opponents. They have been allies in Vega and Shayna. Meanwhile, Julia has got Jade teetering. There goes Cargill. Julia with yet another elimination here at the Rumble. The NXT superstar is on fire, but what a performance out of Jade Cargill tonight, who started this matchup and went all the way to number 19. Man, oh man, the Women's Royal Rumble matchup proven to be one word, and that's unpredictable. Julia from NXT, Vega and Baszler from SmackDown, number 20 on the way. And it is the Nightmare, Rhea Ripley from Monday Night Raw. Rhea Ripley making a beeline to the ring. Zelina Vega trying to take out one of the biggest targets that will show face in this contest. Can't knock Vega for trying. Size differential, absolutely. Rhea Ripley coming into this matchup a motivated competitor. Losing the Women's Championship all the way back in August at SummerSlam, has been unable to re-obtain it ever since. Vega's almost eliminated that time by unintentional tandem offense by Ripley and Julia. Rhea Ripley looking to use the Royal Rumble as a catapult to get back to the Promised Land, get back to WrestleMania, the same show she walked into last year as the Women's Champion. Maybe tonight is where Rhea starts her climb back to the top of the mountain in WWE. A question we remain an answer to. Is the party gonna get a little bigger here? Number 21 marching down the aisle. And from SmackDown, it is the goddess, Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss back in action here. And one-on-one with Raquel Rodriguez here in the Garden back in September semifinals of the Queen of the Ring. Zelina Vega once again in a precarious situation on the outside by hands of NXT's Julia, who has had one hell of a matchup thus far. Eliminated Kairi Sane, Becky Lynch, Jade Cargill. The NXT representative could be going all the way in the Royal Rumble matchup. Remains to be seen. Alexa Bliss eliminates Baszler. Shayna Baszler gone. Alexa Bliss right behind her. Rhea Ripley taking care of the bodies inside of the ring. Zelina Vega over the top. Vega's gone.
Vega has been eliminated.
There have been 21 entrants. Only 2 of them are still standing. Who will join Rhea and Julia at number 22? Oh man, well just as Baszler goes out, her tag team partner Zoe Stark comes in. Well, it's got to be heartbreaking crossing past in the aisleway. I'm sure they were hoping to tear things up in the middle of this Royal Rumble matchup and bring things down to a competitive fight in the final bell. Maybe next year for that pipe dream, but Zoe Stark's got to focus on herself right now. She is in the ring with Rhea Ripley and Julia, who is impressing us all in the midst of the Royal Rumble matchup. Zoe Stark, who challenged for the Women's World title a few months ago, I'm sure would love another opportunity at that very gold on SmackDown. Trying to get one of the biggest targets in Rhea out of this thing, only to get caught up in Julia's crosshairs. She's got dumped right on her head, and Julia gets a boot by the Nightmare for good measures. And this has been a unpredictable yet exciting Women's Royal Rumble matchup, and can you believe it's only the first of 2 Rumble matches to come here tonight in the Garden? Zoe Stark behind on Rhea. Oh man, number 23 from TNA Wrestling, Jordynne Grace, back inside a WWE ring. Well, Jordynne, of course, a part of the Queen of the Ring tournament back at the end of the summer and into the fall. And now once again, the TNA representative, the powerhouse in Jordynne Grace enters the ring. Man, look at the array of talent inside of that ring right now. Zoe Stark over the top, and she's gone by hands of Grace. I can't believe what we are seeing. We got Rhea Ripley representing Monday Night Raw. We got Julia representing NXT. And we got Jordynne Grace representing TNA Wrestling, all in the middle of a WWE ring in Madison Square Garden. Royal Rumble, where history and moments are made. One of these women very well could be on their way to Philadelphia this coming March. at WrestleMania. Number 24, about to walk down the aisle. Oh man, the hits gonna keep on coming. Another favorite to win the Rumble, the EST, Bianca Belair. I'm sure Bianca is wishing Cora Jade was still in this matchup so she could eliminate her, get some satisfactory, and maybe a little bit revenge. Of course, Cora Jade started this matchup and was bounced in a very unexpected early fashion. Bianca Belair, Cora Jade still with loads of unfinished business on Monday Night Raw, but that is not what it's about for Bianca tonight. Cora's in the rear-view mirror, at least for now. Bianca's got to focus on the Royal Rumble match. Bianca and Rhea, no strangers to each other. Met inside this very building in September. Went one-on-one all the way back in August at SummerSlam, where Bianca won the Women's Championship from Rhea. Jordynne Grace and Julia in there right now. Bianca's set in the corner. Look at the two powerhouses, three powerhouses. And Rhea, Bianca, and Jordynne inside of that ring. It's anybody's ball game in the Women's Royal Rumble matchup. And representing Raw at number 25, Piper Niven joins the fray. So Piper looking to have better luck than her friend Chelsea Green did. Not only did Chelsea get demolished by Rhea Ripley on Monday Night Raw just a few nights ago, was thrown out of this matchup. First elimination she was. Jordynne Grace jumping Piper Niven with that German suplex in the corner now, looking for a boot scrape. No, Bianca Belair got to her feet. Bianca and Jordynne just trying to catch each other slipping. It's a one-on-one matchup the world needs to see. Rhea Ripley throwing haymakers with Bianca, who's on her shoulders and trying to get the hell out of Dodge. Still a couple more entrants to come in the Women's Royal Rumble matchup. Who will be next to join the party? There goes Piper, there goes Jordynne Grace. Julia eliminating Piper Niven. Bianca Belair eliminating Jordynne Grace. And now, at the 26th entry, it is Lyra Valkyria. Lyra, who picked up a huge win over Liv Morgan, albeit with assistance from Jade Cargill this past Monday night, but a win nonetheless. Lyra mixing it up with Rhea Ripley, somebody she's met in the past on Raw, now entangling Bianca Belair for the very first time. Lyra Valkyria, a superstar with tons of promise, but I don't know if some of the top dogs like Rhea and Bianca are looking to step aside for one of the up-and-comers like Lyra Valkyria here at the Royal Rumble. 4 superstars in the ring right now. Julia nearly eliminated and still saves herself. And the NXT superstar having herself a night. And it's going to continue as she eliminates a favorite in Bianca Belair. And Julia's finally gone. And at number 27, Io Sky joins the fray. 2 heavy hitters making the unnecessary, unwanted walk back down the aisle as they are eliminated. Bianca Belair, many chose her as a favorite to win this matchup, eliminated by Julia. Julia's incredible run here in the Royal Rumble ended by the Nightmare Rhea Ripley. And now we are inside of the ring with Rhea, Lyra, and Io. Io Sky, who was just in action this past Monday night on Raw, retained the women's tag team titles alongside Asuka. Going to be ambushed by Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez after the bell. I'm sure Io looking to have better luck than Asuka, and certainly Kairi Sane did in this matchup. Genius of the Sky, who was challenged for the Women's World Championship in the past. Going to find her opportunity at the grandest stage of them all. Number 28. Getting down to the wire here in the Royal Rumble. And from Monday Night Raw, it is Bayley. Bayley, who had one of the best women's matches of 2024 with Rhea Ripley last July at Money in the Bank. Now their paths cross again. Rhea and Bayley going at it. Io and Lyra going at it. A couple of top-notch superstars in the final moments of the Royal Rumble matchup with still 2 more entries to come. Former women's champions Women's Tag Team Champion and Asuka, or should say Io Sky. Asuka's already been sent to the locker room. The rising stars of Raw and Lyra Valkyria. It is anybody's ball game in MSG. Spot at WrestleMania waits in the wind. Lyra Valkyria gonna be eliminated, but holds on. Dishes Io a pair of boots for even thinking about sending her to the locker room. And Lyra gonna continue to fight. The genius of the sky. The countdown on once again. Number 29 on their way in the Royal Rumble. And it is the former Women's World Champion, the prodigy, Roxanne Perez, as voted by you, the fans, the 2024 Women's Superstar of the Year. Roxanne going right after Io. Somebody who she helped ambush this past Monday Night on Raw. Of course, Roxanne stealing, in my estimation, a victory over Asuka this past Thursday night on SmackDown. Roxanne Perez, probably just a few weeks ago, thought she would not be involved in this Royal Rumble matchup, but losing her championship to Raquel Rodriguez back at New Year's Revolution. Lyra Valkyria nearly eliminated. Able to hold on just another moment. We have 5 women inside of that ring right now. Roxanne Perez holding on. One more to come. Entrance number 30. Who's it going to be? Who will be the final women to join the Royal Rumble matchup and fight for an opportunity at WrestleMania? We are going to find out in less than 10 seconds who is number 30 here at MSG. Oh my goodness. It has been a long time since this woman, Nia Jax, has entered the squared circle. She's back inside a WWE ring here at the Rumble.
Valkyria has been eliminated.
Bayley eliminates Lyra Valkyria. Meanwhile, Nia torturing Roxanne Perez. I don't think any woman inside of that ring expected the presence of the Annihilator. There goes Roxanne. Bodies are flying, unexpected guest. This is what the Rumble's all about. With Nia Jax's entrance, we have your final 4. Io, Rhea, Bayley, Nia. One of these women are going to the grandest stage of them all, WrestleMania. Io Sky eliminating Roxanne Perez. That has got to be oh so satisfactory after the events of Raw. Bayley on the shoulders. There she goes.
Bayley has been eliminated.
A big elimination by the Nightmare Rhea Ripley as we are down to 3. Io from SmackDown, Rhea from Raw. And I guess you could say a free agent and a former women's champion in Nia Jax. Well, Io and Rhea's best case scenario maybe to team up and try to take out the X Factor here. Rhea luckily has got some strength on her side, but I don't know if she's going to be able to outweigh Nia Jax. Might have just broke Io Sky in half. And I'll tell you, there's been a lot of big casualties before Nia Jax even entered the ring. Some top stars like Becky Lynch, Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, Cora Jade, all falling short in this Royal Rumble matchup. Which one of these 3 women will be the last one standing inside of that ring when the smoke clears and the dust settles? Right now, it looks like Io Sky might be next to join the elimination list. One of the women's tag team champions representing the Kabuki Warriors is in a precarious situation. Io usually loves to come off the top rope, but usually it's by will, not by force. Luckily able to fight her way out as Rhea Ripley throwing some stiff elbows at the Annihilator herself. Nia up against the ropes. It's one thing to keep a woman her size, or I should say knock a woman her size down. It's a whole other thing to keep her there. How the hell are they going to get her over the top rope? This is what Io and Rhea got to do. They got to team up on the X Factor. Not if Io Sky's got anything to say about it. Clearly with her own game plan. Going after the Nightmare Rhea Ripley. And that allowed Nia Jax just a moment for some R&R. And there's like a hush in Madison Square Garden right now, to say the least, as everybody is solely waiting, locked in with their eyes to see who at the very last second, is going to be the one standing in this ring. A world waits in anticipation to see who will win the Women's Royal Rumble matchup. Of course, the WWE Women's Championship still to be on the line later tonight. Tiffany Stratton one-on-one with Charlotte Flair. That's going to be a dream matchup right here in the Garden. The Women's World Champion Raquel Rodriguez from SmackDown in the building, and I am sure she has got her eyes firmly locked on the three women who look to tear each other apart in the final moments of the Rumble. Nia Jax just wearing down the much smaller Io Sky. All the while, Rhea Ripley trying to throw some shots. I don't know if she's got anything enough, or I should say has enough in the tank to keep down Nia. Up against the ropes she goes. Rhea Ripley gonna try her hand. Io, you might want to jump in there. Here we go. Double team. Will Nia Jax be eliminated here? Oh, not just yet. Gets both women off of her. Nia Jax moving like she's fresh as a daisy inside of that ring, as Rhea Ripley has been in for well over 10 minutes at this point. Io Sky's fatigue starting to be written all over her body language. Nia Jax just tackling her down. Man, I'll tell you what, Nia just needs to outlast the endurance of Rhea and Io a little bit longer. She's going to be on her way to WrestleMania. Rhea with a couple of shots. Io Sky now from behind, going after the unexpected surprise in Nia Jax, number 30 in the Royal Rumble matchup. Io Sky winding up a knee. Might have just knocked out Nia, but she's got to be able to get her over the top rope. It's one thing to knock her down, it's a whole other thing to get her up and over. Got to get Nia's feet touching at ringside. That's the objective at hand. Nia over the top by force of Rhea Ripley here, and Nia now getting him back inside the ring. Rhea and Io are just emptying the tank, doing all they can. Once again, Nia Jax momentum takes her over the top rope and eliminated. Rhea Ripley now from behind on Io Sky, riptide. Io Sky eliminating Nia Jax. Rhea now from behind with a riptide. Over the top, Io Sky's eliminated. Rhea Ripley wins the Royal Rumble. An unexpected, shocking turn of events. From wire to wire was this Women's Royal Rumble matchup, but only one could go to WrestleMania.
Here is your winner, Rhea Ripley.
The 2023 Women's Superstar of the Year, a woman who had a stranglehold on Monday Night Raw for the better part of 2024. And ever since August, has been doing her damnedest to reclimb to the top of the mountain, to reclaim her throne, to get back the Women's Championship. Now she has her opportunity. Now the ticket has been punched. Now Rhea Ripley will return to the grandest stage of them all, WrestleMania, as the Nightmare wins the Women's Royal Rumble match. Can't get enough Universe mode? Well, now is your chance to secure a backstage pass to more Universe than ever before. Become a Noah Nation Gaming channel member and gain entry to exclusive kickoff shows before each and every premium live event. Also, witness bi-monthly house shows that directly affect your episodic viewing of Universe mode. Also, take a peek behind the curtain and see how Universe mode is brought to life each and every week. Hit the join button down below, become a Backstage Pass Noah Nation Gaming channel member, and get your front row seat to more Universe than ever before. It is a better time than any to become a Noah Nation Gaming channel member, because coming up on Saturday night, February 15th, it is a special Road to WrestleMania live event exclusively for No Nation Gaming channel members. Hit that join button down below, become a channel member today, gain access to all the previous events, and punch your ticket to the Road to WrestleMania live event on Saturday night, February 15th. Well, moments ago, we found out who else was punching their ticket to WrestleMania. Rhea Ripley, the winner of the Women's Royal Rumble matchup. And I'm sure she is going to have a keen interest as to what is coming up next right here in Madison Square Garden. The Queen Charlotte Flair, the Queen of the Ring winner, Tiffany Stratton. It's a battle, not only of eras, but a battle to see who will wear the crown of the Queen and, of course, hold the WWE Women's Championship. The 2025 Royal Rumble emanates live from the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden. A fitting host to a clash of two women battling for the right to sit on the throne of the Queendom. Back in September, in the very hallowed halls of the Garden, the Queen Charlotte Flair returned to WWE for the first time in over 3 years, back to not only compete against a mile-long list of new talent, but back to retake her spot at the top of the mountain. But it was that same night that the center of the universe, Tiffany Stratton, outlasted the final 2 rounds of tournament action and was crowned the inaugural Queen of the Ring. Ever since that night, Flair has been eyeing a clash with a newly crowned queen, looking to see who should rightfully wear the crown. Stratton, threatened by the veteran presence, has been ducking Charlotte Flair at every turn, with her sights set on a guaranteed title opportunity at Survivor Series. Stratton's attention was elsewhere. November 17th was another crowning night for one of the brightest young stars in the industry today, as Tiffany Stratton took home the prestigious WWE Women's Championship. And it was a victory that only made the target on her back that much bigger. Charlotte Flair continued to pursue the contest she oh so wanted, earning her championship opportunity. And now, there's no more running for the women's champion. It's the original queen versus the Queen of the Ring. It's Charlotte Flair versus Tiffany Stratton. 2 eras of the women's division are set to collide on one of the world's biggest stages known to mankind, and the WWE Women's Championship is on the line.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the WWE Women's Championship.
Live from New York City, the WWE Women's Championship is set to be defended as the Queen Charlotte Flair looks to take back her throne at the top of the mountain. This July will be 10 years since Charlotte Flair joined the main roster. She has accumulated championships across all brands in WWE, Raw, SmackDown, even NXT. Over 3 years ago, Flair walked away from the WWE, having accomplished everything there was to accomplish. But back in September, in this very building, Charlotte Flair answered the call of 2 of her fellow 4 horsewomen in Bayley and Becky Lynch, aligning alongside those 2 women in a successful outing in a 6-woman tag team matchup. Charlotte Flair was back, re-entering the fold of the WWE on Monday Night Raw. Back to compete against a wide array of talent that has joined the ranks of Raw and SmackDown in recent years. But of course, Tiffany Stratton, the woman who won Queen of the Ring the same night of Flair's return, catching more interest than anyone else. Flair has wanted this matchup to test herself against someone who many believe is the best going in the women's division today. Tiffany Stratton has ran away from this challenge for months. Winning the Women's Championship only put a target on her back that much bigger. And now Tiffany Stratton must face the music. She might have escaped Rhea Ripley this past Monday night on Raw, but there's nowhere to run from Charlotte Flair, live and in living color here at the Royal Rumble. Will Charlotte Flair add another championship to her long list of accolades right here in Madison Square Garden?
It's Tiffy time.
Take nothing away from the reigning, defending champion. She has beaten some of the best. She has broken out from the pack. She has put her name in the history books. The inaugural Queen of the Ring winner. And your current WWE Women's Champion. Years from now, Stratton's name will read in those very history books. What Tiffany Stratton is out to do tonight is make sure when people look back on this night, the Royal Rumble 2025, the result reads one thing, and that's Tiffany Stratton defeated Charlotte Flair. But it is not going to be a walk in the park for that woman, the Buff Barbie, the center of the universe, the Queen of the Ring. It is Tiffany Stratton's greatest challenge to date. She made it through 4 rounds of the Queen of the Ring tournament in the back half of the summer and bleeding into the fall. She defeated Bianca Belair by hook or by crook 2 months ago at Survivor Series to win the title. But can she retain the gold over the Queen, Charlotte Flair, at the Rumble?
Introducing the challenger from the Queen City, Charlotte Flair. And her opponent from Prior Lake, Minnesota, the WWE Women's Champion, Tiffany Stratton.
Many will say that the title of Queen is up for grabs in this matchup as well. And although that is important, yes, and although that is a stroke of the ego for either Flair or Stratton, what is most important, what is the centerfold of this contest, is the championship that was just held in the sky. The white leather, the gold plate, the WWE Women's Championship, who will kickstart their road to WrestleMania here tonight as the champion. We will find out. This is a dream match in many people's eyes. Flair versus Stratton is underway here in New York City. Rhea Ripley winning the Women's Royal Rumble matchup moments ago. Charlotte Flair defeated Rhea by hook or by crook, and we say that because it was really an unwelcomed assist from a mess-up by Tiffany Stratton in that matchup. But Flair defeating Rhea to earn this contest 2 weeks ago at the Slammy Awards. Of course, Tiffany Stratton was set to go one-on-one with Rhea Ripley this past Monday night and pulled one that out from underneath Rhea Ripley's nose, to say the least. Somehow sent Chelsea Green to the ring, and well, she got absolutely devoured. Kind of similar to how fast she was in and out of the Rumble. Nonetheless, there's nowhere to run for Tiffany Stratton tonight. The bell has sounded. Flair is in her crosshairs. Stratton is the prime target. Tiffany Stratton better bring her A-game, better bring what brought her to the dance, better bring the talents that brung her the crown of the Queen back in September in this very building. Power bomb on the outside of the ring. A physical, demanding maneuver by the center of the universe in the early going. Once again, it was back in September, right here in Madison Square Garden, that on the same night, Tiffany Stratton defeated former women's champion in Liv Morgan in the semifinals, and then went on to the main event, the finals of the tournament, to take down SmackDown's Raquel Rodriguez to win the inaugural Queen of the Ring tournament. That earned Stratton an opportunity to challenge whomever may hold the Women's Championship 2 months ago at Survivor Series, and as you saw when she made the ring walk, she made the most of that opportunity as well. Cannot take anything away from Stratton. You may not like her attitude, but she finds a way to get it done inside of the ring. But her back is against the wall tonight, no doubt about it. It's her toughest test to date. Charlotte Flair, just as we said about Stratton, will bring her A-game. Looks like Tiffany's trying to add some wrinkles to her arsenal here, muscling Charlotte Flair down with this armbar. But Charlotte Flair, definitely, I would say, the stronger of the two. Really untapped potential When you talk about all the talent of Charlotte Flair, many underestimate the strength of the original Queen. Trying to throw a couple haymakers there, rearrange the pretty looks of Tiffy. Flair up against the ropes. Charlotte Flair looking to spoil Tiffy time tonight. What's Stratton got in mind here? Oh no, Flair going flying right into the middle rope. That's gonna take out the windpipe of the challenger. Flair might catch herself gasping for air in a moment. Tiffany Stratton, I'll tell you, trying to mix up her game plan in a hopeful road to victory tonight. Heading to the top rope, she's extremely comfortable from up there. Olympic-level gymnast is the women's champion. Drop kick lands on the money. And now she's got Charlotte Flair where she wants her, at least for the moment. Goes for the elbow. Charlotte Flair explodes with a chop. One heard around New York City. Stratton wants none of that. Might have been grabbing some of the hair that time. Referee needs to make sure Stratton's not bending any rules. Not that it would be something new out of the women's champion. It's the same woman who tried to expose the turnbuckle, expose the steel underneath of it to aid Rhea Ripley 2 weeks ago. Only came back to bite her. And well, Stratton's really her own worst enemy and the reason she got Charlotte this matchup tonight at the Royal Rumble. Tiffany Stratton wanted no part of Charlotte Flair for months on Monday Night Raw. Saw the challenge that it could be and said, I don't need that. Charlotte Flair was going to do anything she had to do to get her matchup with Tiffany Stratton, and the fact that Stratton is now the women's champion only upped the ante. Only put the target on Stratton's back that much bigger. Now Tiffany Stratton, as we said before, has got to face the music here in Madison Square Garden. Will she shine? Will she thrive under the pressure? Or will she crumble? Will Charlotte Flair once again prove that she is a diamond in the rough and once again win Women's Championship gold? Charlotte Flair with much more big match experience from Tiffany. Although she has gotten plenty of experience over the last year, it does not outweigh the near decade that Charlotte Flair has been on the main roster here in the WWE. Take away those couple of years Flair is away from the ring, she has clearly shown in recent months that she has not lost a step and maybe better than ever. Flair utilizing those chops a couple of times to create some distance. Nobody does it better. Nobody does it with Flair like Charlotte. Stratton rolling to the outside, trying to get her wits about her. That's about as far as she can run from Charlotte tonight at the Royal Rumble. Stratton, of course, with the championship advantage, but rest assured Charlotte is going to do anything she's got to do to ensure the decision is made between the ropes here tonight in New York City. Tiffany Stratton back inside the ring into the praying arms of the challenger. Here's the original Queen. Fall away slam. A lot of Charlotte's moveset can be a throwback inside of that ring. Some old school professional wrestling. As you'll see right there, just going to wear down the legs of Stratton. That's going to do a number of things. Of course, take away some of the speed and some of the agility of the current champion, but also soften up Stratton for a possible figure-8 submission hold. Charlotte Flair has learned from the best. It is in her blood, this industry. It's why she's had so much success. It's why, win, lose, or draw tonight, we are witnessing a future Hall of Famer in the flesh. Tiffany Stratton looking for the biggest feather in her cap. Charlotte Flair, however, looking to prove she still has what it takes to be at the top of the queendom in WWE. Oh, wow, massive counter by Flair. Nice powerbomb. Little measure of revenge for the one that Stratton gave to her earlier on the outside of the ring and really sent Stratton on a momentum ride down the path of this matchup. It's a kick out by the champion that time. Charlotte Flair looking to continue the offense, and there's Stratton off the reversal. Tiffany Stratton looking to head back to the top. Extremely comfortable from the heavens. Swanton bomb. That maneuver has won her matches in the past. Will it do so again tonight? Not just yet. Stratton saw the opportunity and she took it. That is why we say, as much as you may not like the ego of Tiffany Stratton, as much as you may not respect some of the underhanded tactics she may employ at times, you cannot deny the talent of the current women's champion. Getting caught in a scoop and a slam by Flair. Nothing pretty about it, but certainly effective. It's a picture perfect Swanton bomb moments ago. by Stratton, and just as it is, a picture-perfect tackle by Flair. And back inside the ring, the fight progresses. I'm sure Rhea Ripley has got her eyes on this matchup. We will wait to see in the coming days and weeks who Rhea will choose to fight at WrestleMania. Will it be the WWE Women's Champion? Will it be the Women's World Champion on SmackDown? All questions we remain an answer to as Stratton perched on the top. Flair in hot pursuit. Wait a minute! Spanish fly by the original Queen! Into the cover! Tiffany Stratton able to survive. You want to talk about adding new wrinkles to your arsenal? Look no further as Charlotte Flair looking to expend all options to win the Women's Championship tonight. New York City on their feet in appreciation of what Charlotte Flair just brought to the table. Stratton able to survive, but how much was taken out of the reigning, defending Queen of the Ring? Dumped on the back of her neck. Charlotte looking like a well-oiled machine inside of that ring. She is doing it, and she's doing it with Flair. Might have spoke too soon, might have took her eye off the ball, gave Stratton, oh wow. Tiffany Stratton with the disrespect to the veteran, slapping her in the face and ragdolling her off the canvas. Oh, now look, Tiffany looking for a way out. Feet on the ropes, trying to screw over Charlotte Flair. Better luck next time. Hey, you look back at Charlotte Flair's decade here in the WWE, decade plus. That's not necessarily an unblemished resume. Where you think Tiffany Stratton learned some of the tricks that she's got. Charlotte Flair nearly stealing the victory. Got ourselves a good one for the Women's Championship. Stratton fighting for her life, fighting for her right to be known as the Queen of WWE. Charlotte trapped into the corner, and Stratton is starting to get physical. You saw the slap to the face, the ragdolling of Flair off the canvas, the boot, and again, Charlotte bounces off the floor. Tiffany Stratton is starting to get fired up. Charlotte Flair, just when you thought she had this matchup won off the Spanish fly a few minutes ago, Stratton has turned the tables, spinning back elbow, excuse us. Charlotte Flair ever explosive. Stratton may be seeing stars, counting sheep, pick your poison, and now falls up with an exploder. Kick it up. Oh man. Tiffany Stratton's gonna be shaking in her boots. Flair full head of steam. Just when you thought Stratton turned the tables, here comes the veteran experience on display. Tiffany Stratton may have had some big matches over the last year in WWE upon her ascension to the top, but Charlotte Flair knows what it's like to be under these kind of bright lights as she heads to the top again. Wow, what a maneuver to the outside! Coming crashing down on the Women's Champion with a corkscrew moonsault. Charlotte Flair throwing caution in the wind, all in the means of success here at the Royal Rumble. Back inside the ring to win the title. It is not over yet. It is not over yet. Tiffany Stratton survives a moment longer. Oh wait, Flair's got her in prime position for a natural selection. Count the three, crown the queen. Maybe not. Tiffany Stratton resilient as all hell. Charlotte had to think it was it. The corkscrew moonsault to the outside. Natural selection, but you gotta give the devil her due. Tiffany Stratton is hanging in there with one of the best to ever do it. And now the center of the universe, trying to find any window of opportunity. Muscles Charlotte Flair up, goes for the pin, only gets the one. Stratton certainly has got some catching up to do in this match. Who is gonna leave the world's most famous arena and start down the path to WrestleMania in March as the WWE Women's Champion on Monday Night Raw? Charlotte Flair once again trapped between a rock and a hard place. Up in the corner. Stratton just trying to go to the well with what works. Stratton has found success in this very building before. Will lightning strike twice? Counter by Flair. Tiffany Stratton's biggest struggle in this matchup has been finding sustained momentum just when you think she's got Charlotte where she wants her. Charlotte rises again, just as we're seeing in this moment. Double back breaker. Stratton crawling to the corner, probably wishing she was crawling out of New York City. Flair collapses her with a boot right to the good looks. Charlotte's going back up top. The moneymaker of Tiffany Stratton was just knocked senseless a moment ago. Charlotte Flair going for the axe hammer. I think a little bit out of position with Stratton, or maybe Flair slipped up on the ropes. One or the other. Either way, high risk does not pay Flair dividends. Stratton stacks her up. A momentary misstep can cause even the best of them to fall short at the finish line. Stratton, prettiest moonsault ever, saw the opportunity and took it. She's got her. Stratton retains the title.
Here is your winner, and still the WWE Women's Champion, Tiffany Stratton.
Like her, love her, or hate her, you gotta respect the survival instincts of one center of the universe. Tiffany Stratton proving to be the rightful queen on top of the throne. Outlasting the veteran in Charlotte Flair in an incredible performance, and is leaving Madison Square Garden still WWE Women's Champion. It is every superstar's dream of headlining the biggest event of the year, WrestleMania. And for many, this may be the final chance to capture that dream. On Sunday night, February the 9th, the unforgiving steel, the miles of chain, the structure known as Satan's prison is back. The city of Toronto and the eyes watching around the world will bear witness to one of the most grueling nights on the WWE calendar. If survival is the only option, then these men and women will scratch and claw, hoping to be the final being left standing and one step closer to immortality. Sunday, February 9th, Noah Nation Gaming channel memberships proudly present the Elimination Chamber. Satan's prison will be lowered 4 weeks from tonight as we make the trip to Scotiabank Arena in Toronto, Sunday, February the 9th, for the 2025 Elimination Chamber. And who is going to be heading to Toronto as the undisputed WWE Champion? We're going to find out up next here at the Royal Rumble as Bron Breakker makes his very first defense of his newly won gold against the hometown superstar, the punishment of the Judgment Day, Damian Priest. It's a first time ever matchup for the undisputed title. Up next. There are times when the WWE Championship is the center focus of a bitter rivalry. But in this case, the WWE Championship is the center focus of competition between two top stars of Monday Night Raw. 4 weeks ago, the punishment of the Judgment Day, Damian Priest, continued to break out into singles competition, winning an elimination matchup and earning his #1 contendership to the WWE title. This is another feather in the cap of Damian Priest, who has accumulated singles victories over the likes of Seth Rollins, Sami Zayn, Bronson Reed, Roman Reigns, and many more over the last few months. after the dominant force of the Judgment Day has suffered not one, but two massive defeats in recent memory. Priest is looking to right the wrongs and bring championship gold back to the Judgment Day clubhouse. But it will not be an easy task, as standing in his way is one of the roughest, toughest, dangerous, and most unpredictable human beings to ever grace a squared circle. The badass Bron Breakker. Just 2 weeks ago, Bron Breakker cashed in the Money in the Bank contract he had held on to since the month of July, ending 2024 with a crowning achievement of becoming the WWE Champion. The circumstances of Money in the Bank paid Bron Breakker dividends, yes, but this young man, who has defeated superstars such as LA Knight, Solo Sikoa, Randy Orton, and Dominic Mysterio in the past year, just to name a few. Both Bron Breakker and Damian Priest have carved out new paths for themselves. The question is, who will be the victor and journey down their respective path as the champion? For the first time ever, in the middle of New York City, the Punishment, Damian Priest, meets the unpredictable badass, Bron Breakker, for the WWE Championship at the Royal Rumble.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Undisputed WWE Universal Championship.
All rise.
It is time for the WWE Championship to be defended in the middle of the world's most famous arena. And certainly not the warmest reception for the hometown superstar in Damian Priest. And you gotta think that has a lot to do with the last year especially of heinous actions, not just by Damian Priest, but the entirety of the Judgment Day. Hometown soil or not, Damian Priest needs to focus on the task at hand. The Judgment Day had a stranglehold on Monday Night Raw and dominated the entire brand for the better part of 2024. But a defeat in War Games, Dominic Mysterio losing his Intercontinental Championship, Priest and Balor losing their World Tag Team Championships. The power of balance on Raw has begun to shift away from the black and purple unit. Rhea Ripley winning the Royal Rumble match earlier tonight. Maybe that is a good omen that Damian Priest is about to bring championship gold back to the Judgment Day clubhouse. Easier said than done when he's in the ring with the badass. We may be on Damian Priest home soil, but the yard that is a WWE ring has got Bron Breakker's name on it. Winning Money in the Bank back in July, waiting for the right opportunity to cash in the briefcase in the most successful of matters. He targeted CM Punk, who had defeated AJ Styles just moments prior to capture the WWE Championship. Braun defeating Punk 2 weeks ago at the Slammy Awards. Bron Breakker holds championship gold and finds himself the top dog of World Wrestling Entertainment. 2023, Breakker's first year on the main roster, was full of many downs, many learning curves, many bumps in the road, but 2024 proved to be a breakout year for a former two-time NXT champion, and now he enters 2025 as the guy, the man, the champ in WWE. Personal animosity maybe not there between these two superstars. Tonight it's all about the WWE Undisputed Championship.
Introducing the challenger from New York City, weighing in at 249 pounds, And his opponent from Woodstock, Georgia, weighing in at 230 pounds, the undisputed WWE Universal Champion, Bron Breakker.
I am sure you can look throughout this sold-out crowd at Madison Square Garden and find some supporters for New York's own Damian Priest. But after everything Damian Priest and the Judgment Day have done, all the heinous actions, all the underhanded tactics, dare I say, Damian Priest's hometown seems to majority be behind the top dog in Bron Breakker. Regardless of the audience, regardless of the reception, Priest better be focused, because I know that man is. It's Breakker, it's Priest. The bell has sounded, the title's on the line here at the Rumble. Remember this past Monday night on Raw, tag team main event, Damian Priest and Dominic Mysterio defeating not only Bron Breakker, but the Intercontinental Champion Bronson Reed as well. Momentum just may be in the corner of tonight's challenger. Bron Breakker may be realizing that, hence the reason he is so aggressive out of the opening gate. On the other side of that coin, Bron Breakker wakes up to be aggressive, wakes up to be intense. Bron knows one speed, and that's 100 miles an hour. He is a different kind of animal, cut from a different cloth, inside of that ring. And it is why he is the champion today. You can look at Money in the Bank. You can use the tactics of the Money in the Bank and try to use that as a detriment against Bron Breakker, but you cannot deny the resume he has produced for himself throughout 2024, now bleeding into the new year. Same can be said about Damian Priest. You saw in the highlight package moments ago just some of the names that both of these superstars have kept down over the last 12 months. Damian Priest defeated Roman Reigns all the way back at the season premiere of Raw. Bron Breakker defeated the Rated R superstar, the Hall of Famer Edge, at last year's WrestleMania. These two men have earned their way to some of the top spots of the Raw brand, and here they are meeting for the WWE title on one of the biggest nights of the year. Damian Priest trying to weather that early storm, the intensity that Bron Breakker brings to the table. Priest needs to slow this match down and wrestle his style if he wants to outlast the unpredictable badass and leave New York City with a new piece of hardware. If you would have asked Damian Priest 4 weeks ago when he earned #1 contendership, I'm sure he thought he was going to be walking into the Garden tonight as one half of the World Tag Team Champions. That was not to be, as Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens spoiling the Judgment Day's third run as champs. 2 weeks ago at the Slammies, same night Bron Breakker found the highest achievement of his career thus far. That is then, this is now, and Damian Priest looking to right some of the recent wrongs that the Judgment Day has suffered. Turn it all around for the group tonight. Meets Bron Breakker on the outside and levels him with a lariat, and there you see Priest not letting up on the gas. No doubt the biggest match of both of these men's careers, the Royal Rumble, one of the biggest nights of the WWE calendar. This city, New York City, the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden, and the titles on the line. Doesn't get any bigger than this for Priest and Breakker. Springboard, Damian Priest hustles up into the lateral press looking for the 3. Referee John Cone says it's only a 1. And you want to talk about Damian Priest and the Judgment Day's heinous actions over the last year, just ask some of the referees in this industry. Rod Zapata, referee John Cone, who's calling the action right now. These couple of men have seen right hand, first hand inside of that ring. The Judgment Day pull one over on them and use tactics against their opponents that are not welcomed. Meanwhile, Bron Breakker trying to score on Damian Priest with that quick pinfall. Priest popped the shoulder up and then follows it up with that discus kick. Damian Priest, such a versatile superstar inside of that ring. He's got the size, he's got the speed, the agility. He hits hard, that MMA background of Priest. New York crowd trying to rally a little bit for Bron Breakker. I don't think Damian Priest is going to allow it. These people may not be too fond of Damian Priest, their hometown representative, but I'm sure there's a little bit of respect in there for what Damian Priest has accomplished on his own. And they are looking for a true winner tonight. Maybe if Damian Priest can get the job done on his own and become the WWE champion, he'll gain some of that respect back from this hometown crowd. Tell you what, Bron Breakker, there you see him create some distance there. He was hot and out of the gates. Second the bell rang on this matchup, but Damian Priest, at least for a moment, couple of moments there, absolutely taking Bron Breakker out of his element. There's Breakker trying to rally, moonsault. You want to talk about agility, and scary agility at that. Look no further than the man who comes from the Steiner lineage. It's just in his blood. Couple of moonsaults that time. Damian Priest now maybe gasping for air, maybe just playing possum. And I think it was the ladder. Super kick. Hustles up again. Only a 1 count that time, but again, like him or not, you got to respect the decision-making out of the challenger. Caught Bron Breakker slipping. And there's Damian Priest, now with Breakker up against the ropes. Oh no, sending the champion to the outside. Here comes Priest, soaring through the skies of New York City. Damian Priest willing to risk it all if it means bringing home the WWE title. There's a sidestep by Breakker. Maybe having Priest's weight come crashing down on him was nothing but a wake-up call. Or maybe it's just the opportunity that Priest needs to capitalize on. Stacks him up into the pin. Nearly a new champion crowned here at the Rumble. It has been majority Damian Priest in this matchup thus far. You know, a question we have really yet to bring up is, yes, both of these men have had some huge singles victories over the last year, but Damian Priest has absolutely had more main event experience, more high-level, high-pressure, big match situations over the last 12 months than Bron Breakker has had maybe in his entire career. Does that benefit Priest? Is Breakker under pressure tonight? Remains to be seen if Bron will thrive or crumble, almost similar to what we saw with Tiffany Stratton moments ago. Bron Breakker right now can't be focused on what is to come, can't be focused on the past, just needs to focus on the task at hand. Massive agility, Frankensteiner. Gets the 2, Damian Priest kicks out. WWE Champion has got to start stacking some offense here. Damian Priest has been majority aggressor, as we mentioned. Let us see what the man who we called meaner than evil in years past brings to the table here in the Garden. Goes for another moonsault. Can't go to the well that many times with somebody like Damian Priest, who brings him back in with a hip toss. Keeping Breakker honest, keeping him guessing. Here in the home of the New York Knicks, Damian Priest looking for a slam dunk. Looking for the championship here in MSG. Again, stops Bron Breakker's momentum before it can truly get going. Not looking to allow a comeback for the unpredictable badass here. Priest gonna meet him in the heavens. We got a couple of bodies going skyward off the superplex. And again, New York City on their feet. Priest heading back up top. The punishment of the Judgment Day soars with a senton bomb. Right on the abdominal, the WWE Champion. Will this cover do it? Not even a 1. Bron Breakker, emphatic as all hell. Bron Breakker realizes it's now or never. Sense of urgency out of the champion as Damian Priest is finding his groove. Another 1 count that time. Damian Priest with the superplex, followed by the swanton. Unfortunately, Bron Breakker not even giving him the satisfaction of a near fall. Priest with a knee right to the jaw. And Bron Breakker again might have got caught. Damian Priest refuses to allow any sort of rally. Razor's edge. That's got to do it. Priest has got the title here. No! Frustration written all over the body language of Damian Priest. Competition is at its highest here in New York City. Bron Breakker again, trying to fight through the pain. Let adrenaline fuel him to the finish line. Bron Breakker looking to walk into Bridgeport, Connecticut on Monday Night Raw tomorrow night. Still your reigning, defending WWE Champion. Damian Priest looking to play spoiler. Who's going to get what they want? Priest trying to go to the outside. Breakker denies. Ragdolls him back inside the ring. Powerbomb nearly sends him through the canvas. Bron Breakker's just got to keep his foot on the gas here. He has got to wrestle his style of match. Intense, fast-paced, adrenaline-fueled. Couple of shots to Priest. Does the WWE Champion have what it takes to retain the gold in his very first defense? Another overhand shot. Damian Priest now. Ragdolls Breakker down to the canvas, looking to stretch him out. Submission hold this time. Saw Bron Breakker implore that signer recliner on Dominic this past Monday night. Damian Priest having about as good as luck as Breakker did. With the shoulder block. Thought he might have caught Damian Priest that time. Not going to allow it again. Bron Breakker's got to stop relying on that moonsault. It's not working out. Damian Priest is ready. Priest goes for the elbow. Maybe same accord. Both these men starting to empty their tanks, starting to burn through the playbook, just trying to throw anything they can at one another. Suplex, both men slow to get to their feet. Just goes to show you the fatigue setting in championship rounds here in the Garden. Oh man, Bron Breakker, heavy lariat that time. Damian Priest hit the canvas hard. Now Breakker's going to the top. What has Bron got in mind? Splash from the top. Trying to beat Priest at his own game. And another near fall. How many times are we going to inch closer to a 3 count and yet to hear it? I don't know what these two men got left. Damian Priest kips up. STO to Breakker. Somehow Damian still got something left in the tank. Bron Breakker squashed into the corner. And a boot scrape. Salt rubbed into the wounds. Said it before, we'll say it again. Maybe some bad luck for the Judgment Day turns around tonight. Rhea Ripley bringing home the Women's Royal Rumble. Maybe that was a good omen. Maybe that's what Damian Priest needed for his Terror Twin to be successful, so he can come out here with some good mojo and have lightning strike twice for the Judgment Day in the same spot. Damian Priest been the aggressor for the majority of this contest. Bron has seen some windows, some flashes, if you will. Damian Priest gonna meet him on the top again. Sidewalk slam. Nothing pretty about it. Certainly effective. Breakker's gonna feel that one on Monday morning. And you see the confidence. First it was frustration, but it has evolved into confidence. Now Damian Priest feels that the WWE Championship is near. Maybe overconfident, but overcommitted. Breakker nearly caught him. Priest sweeps the legs. Stack up pinfall. Winning the title at center of the ring. Not just yet. Man, I can't even count on both hands how many near falls we have had in this undisputed WWE Championship match. Bron Breakker looking worse for wear. Priest starting to unload with the kicks, with the strikes, lefts, rights. Could be going south of heaven. Breakker seeing his championship flash before his eyes. Enough energy left to create some distance. Levels Damian Priest. Damian rolling to the outside here. Bron Breakker's wheels are a-spinning. He's kicking things into high gear. Skyward again goes Bron. Damian Priest thought rolling to the outside would get him some R&R. Little did he forget, Bron Breakker's got springs in those boots. Priest knocking down Bron momentarily. Damian's got to get the job done between the ropes tonight to become the WWE Champion. Back and forth we start to go the last few minutes. Bron Breakker tossed back inside of the ring. What can Damian Priest possibly have evolving between his ears? to try to keep down the WWE Champion and take away his prestigious gold. Bron Breakker held that WWE Championship, or I should say the Money in the Bank, for several months, but the title reign could only be lasting maybe 2 weeks. Bron Breakker once again looking up at the lights of the Garden as a confident punishment of the Judgment Day. Archer of Infamy, Damian Priest, may be getting close to the finish line. Bron going south of heaven. And he's not going for the cover just yet. Priest wants to rub some salt in the wounds. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Do my ears deceive me? Roman Reigns! Is he here? The Tribal Chief in the ring! Spear to Damian Priest! Roman Reigns has not been seen since the season premiere of Raw, when he was beat down, embarrassed, and stolen victoried by the Judgment Day. Spear by Bron Breakker. Referee John Cohen's letting it slide. Breakker retains the title. Why? I got nothing to say, ladies and gentlemen. Damian Priest nearly winning the WWE Championship, but there was one man in Madison Square Garden who was not going to allow it, and that was the resurgence of Roman Reigns.
Here is your winner, and still the undisputed WWE Universal Champion, Bron Breakker.
Well, either way you look at it, either referee John Cohen would have called for the disqualification and Bron Breakker would have retained the title, or what would happen, or what did happen would happen, and Bron Breakker pinning Damian Priest to retain the championship after a spear of his own. I'll tell you what, that's karma. That's all the hellacious actions and everything Damian Priest and the Judgment Day have put out coming back to haunt him. Roman Reigns returning and aiding Bron Breakker in his first and now successful defense of the undisputed WWE Championship. The road to WrestleMania is full of unexpected twists and turns. And just mere weeks before the grandest stage of them all, we make a pit stop in the Windy City, Chicago, Illinois, as your Saturday Night Obsession is back. February 22nd, live at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, the superstars of Raw and SmackDown are out to make one final statement before the showcase of the Immortals at Saturday night's main event. Don't miss what promises to be an unpredictable night, live from Chi-Town on the 22nd of February. Your Saturday Night Obsession is back. Well, the road to WrestleMania is already off to a raucous start here tonight in New York City, but we're heading to Chicago Saturday night, February the 22nd, for Saturday night's main event. Cannot wait to get to the Windy City as the road to WrestleMania progresses, but what a night it has been inside Madison Square Garden. The WWE Championship decided, courtesy of Monday Night Raw moments ago, and we now look forward to the SmackDown side of the main events here tonight in the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden. As we entered New York City, we knew there was no match more personal on this card than the World Heavyweight Championship affair between the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes and the Scottish Warrior Drew McIntyre. Coming up next, no rules or restrictions. It is the last man standing matchup. What is the condition of Cody Rhodes? What is the mindset of Drew McIntyre? Who wants it more? Who will be left standing on their 2 feet, leaving Madison Square Garden, your World Heavyweight Champion? The World Heavyweight Championship has been known as the workhorse title, a prize that places you on a pedestal above the rest, a reward for your sacrifice and survival. It is a championship that superstars dream of holding, or in this case, obsess to obtain. Tonight, the World Championship is the gold that'll be bestowed upon not just a winner, but a survivor. The challenger, Drew McIntyre, has been on a journey for the last 14 months to get back what was once his. A once proud champion that waved the flag of the franchise has descended into madness. He has transformed into an unrelenting Terminator, hell-bent on getting back his former glory, willing to demolish anyone who dares to get in his way. All the while, Drew has strived to return to the top of the mountain. The champion himself, Cody Rhodes, has been on a journey of his own. A story well documented, the rise, fall, and rise again of one American nightmare. Rhodes has stood across from legends, some in the most hellacious environments, and yet has stood tall on the other side of warfare. But ever since his crowning moment, Cody has been haunted by the ever-devilish presence of the Scottish warrior. For months, McIntyre has chased Rhodes down every path, tormenting the champion, all in hopes of conquering Rhodes and taking back the gold. With the ante upped in a last man standing match, there are no rules or restrictions holding these two fighters back from tearing each other to shreds. One thing is for sure, on the other side of a count of 10, there will be one true winner and one true loser. Only one man will be left standing, leaving the Royal Rumble and marching one step closer to WrestleMania as the heavyweight champion of the world.
The following contest is a last man standing match and is for the World Heavyweight Championship.
"420 days ago, Drew McIntyre entered these very hallowed halls of Madison Square Garden. He was the World Heavyweight Champion. He fell short to the ring general Gunther at Survivor Series in 2023, losing the World Heavyweight Championship. McIntyre's failure to recapture that very gold has what has descended him into the man he has become today. One of the most hated, one of the most vile individuals you will meet looking up and down the entire WWE roster. McIntyre has done his damnedest to break the bones of the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes at every crossroads. Just 3 nights ago, McIntyre once again left Cody Rhodes laying inside of the squared circle. How the American Nightmare has even been given the okay to compete, I will never know. Tonight, Drew McIntyre, the most dangerous individual walking in New York City. Cody Rhodes has a wish and a prayer to retain the World Championship. If Cody Rhodes had to crawl to Madison Square Garden, best believe he would do it. Because 148 days ago, the American Nightmare stopped at nothing to topple that man, the ring general Gunther, to win that very World Heavyweight Championship. Cody Rhodes will walk down the aisle tonight and will fight as if his life depends on it in this last man standing bout. You are looking at the 2024 Men's Superstar of the Year, and for good reason. The King of the Ring winner, dethroning Gunther in what was voted by you, the fans, the 2024 Match of the Year 148 days ago at SummerSlam. Cody Rhodes walks down to the aisle, walks down to the ring with the World Heavyweight Championship still around his waist. But it's gotta be racking in the brain of Cody. Do I have what it takes? Will my body hold up? Can I take down the Scottish Warrior in a last man standing match? Cody has pinned Drew in the past, back in September at No Mercy. McIntyre has only evolved, has only gotten more dangerous, and tonight there are no rules or restrictions stopping Drew McIntyre from beating Cody Rhodes from pillar to post. Make no mistake about it, as tough as Drew is, Cody has survived the hardest of bouts. Tonight may need to be another survival performance from the champ.
Introducing the challenger from Ayr, Scotland, weighing in at 254 pounds, the Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre. And his opponent from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing in at 220 pounds, the World Heavyweight Champion, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes.
You'll notice Cody Rhodes with the tape around his abdominal. From what we understand, he is not injured, but is simply there for precaution after everything McIntyre has put Cody through in recent weeks. 3 nights ago on SmackDown, a beatdown by McIntyre. 3 weeks ago, Cody sent through a car windshield. Cody may not be sporting any flesh wounds, but with that tape around his abdominal, it is a target for that man, Drew McIntyre. And how is Cody feeling internally? Rest to be sure. Remains to be seen as this bell has sounded and we are underway. Last man standing. Cody Rhodes may have a target, but he also has a heart, and he also has a fire burning within to finally extinguish the madman. That is Drew McIntyre here tonight at the Royal Rumble. Drew McIntyre's World Championship reign that started at WrestleMania 2 years ago ended in this very building 420 days ago. Will McIntyre return to Madison Square Garden for the first time since and win the World Heavyweight Championship back? Or will it be another stroke of bad luck in the same place for the Scottish Warrior? Cody Rhodes better hope that that is the case. Cody Rhodes gonna fight as if his life depends on it. His World Championship reign certainly does. McIntyre does not give a damn who he hurts, how much pain Cody is in. He will put Cody Rhodes through the ringer, just as he has on SmackDown, if it means leaving MSG with the gold. Rest assured, to the point we were about to make a moment ago, rest assured Cody Rhodes will stop at nothing to retain the World Championship. You see him trying to bring out the table from underneath the ring. Drew McIntyre having none of it. If you needed a reminder just how brutal McIntyre can be, look back to Survivor Series 2 months ago, the first blood match with Ilya Dragunov. Jumping Dragunov before the match could even begin. And pile driven. Dragunov right through the announce table. Ilya Dragunov tried to get a measure of revenge on McIntyre this past Thursday night. We saw the brouhaha that surrounded the last few moments of SmackDown, to say the least. It's a whole nother situation. McIntyre's sole focus right now is on the World Heavyweight Champion, and that is the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes hanging in there in this brawl that has started this last man standing matchup. But what's going to be very telling is as we get into deep waters, as we get into those championship rounds, if Cody's even able to last that long. Again, that tape around the abdominal, there for precaution. There really to, dare I say, hold Cody together tonight. God only knows what Cody is feeling on the inside. Only Cody can tell, and certainly is not going to be honest about it. I'm sure he was even hesitant about having those taped up ribs coming to this matchup tonight, knowing Drew McIntyre would see that. But McIntyre isn't A fresh daisy inside of this ring. He is an experienced veteran. He knows that the work he's put in to beat down Cody over the last few weeks all could culminate here tonight. Ragdolling Cody to the canvas. You saw referee Charles Robinson start the count, but McIntyre's far from done. Drew's going to make sure it is an emphatic statement made if he can leave World Heavyweight Champion tonight. Referee at a count of 6. Cody Rhodes better hustle up. I'll tell you that for damn sure. Cody Rhodes might have got up sooner, but might have just taken a couple seconds just to get some R&R. Here's McIntyre ragdolling him right into the turnbuckle pads there. Look at the position that Cody's in right now. Face first off the canvas. We are still in early rounds in this matchup. This is usually not where we see Cody Rhodes. McIntyre's got a chair. Cody Rhodes, worse for wear in the early moments. And this is the weeks of agony by Drew McIntyre adding up and now on full display. And a damn chair off the skull. McIntyre was using a chair 3 nights ago on SmackDown to beat down Cody Rhodes. Not 1, not 2, but 3 Claymore kicks to the American Nightmare as well. And now right back to where we were this past Thursday night in Albany. Cody Rhodes trying to fight. Cody Cutter by the American Nightmare. Cody Rhodes will push his body till his body physically cannot function and move anymore. McIntyre down off the disaster kick. Here's Cody again with a little side effect. Cody Rhodes by hook or by crook. Broken body or not. Wait a minute, hold that thought. Crossroads. Rhodes going for the kill. Sense of urgency early on in this matchup. Cody Rhodes trying anything to keep down this pissed off, dangerous Scottish warrior. Charles Robinson getting to a count of 8. McIntyre starting to stir. Here's Cody Rhodes again going for the disaster kick, but McIntyre saw it coming. Cody Rhodes went for the kill with his greatest maneuver, the crossroads. Early on in this matchup just goes to show you that Cody knows he may not have enough to go to those proverbial championship rounds. I fear for Cody Rhodes' safety in this matchup. Damn, sent right to the chair. And Drew gonna rub some salt in the wounds with a closed fist. The point we were about to make a few moments ago is that we have seen Cody with his back against the wall over the last 148 days in his World Championship reign. His back was against the wall the last time he met McIntyre. One-on-one for the gold at No Mercy in September, and he was able to survive that. I don't know if he's going to be able to survive McIntyre this time around when McIntyre's got a ringside full of toys that he can play with. Putting his hands on that table that Cody Rhodes pulled out earlier. Cody Rhodes retaining his championship inside Hell in a Cell against Randy Orton in October. One of the best matches of 2024 against John Cena back at Survivor Series. But tonight, a completely different ball game as Cody Rhodes once again reaching deep down in his bag of tricks. Cody's grabbed a table. McIntyre's got one. Remains to be seen if any of this wood is going to be instituted in this matchup. McIntyre slided in between the ropes. And you see Drew not rushing to go after the American Nightmare, allows Cody to come to him, and that is a mistake of what I'm sure is a very emotional World Heavyweight Champion. McIntyre's been chasing Cody for months at every turn. Drew McIntyre has met Cody Rhodes with claymore kicks, sneak attacks, beatdowns in the ring, outside of it in the parking garage. Drew hell-bent on getting back the World Heavyweight Championship. Failed to do so on several occasions throughout 2024. Looking to start 2025 all finally achieving success. Cody Rhodes sending McIntyre gut first into the announce table. I think it's going to take a lot more to keep down a Terminator like Drew McIntyre here tonight at the Rumble. Playing the game of cat and mouse at the moment. Cody trying to use that steel chair. McIntyre says otherwise. Cody Rhodes sent over the top rope. Oh no. Let the beatdown commence. McIntyre gonna beat the living daylights out of the heart of Cody Rhodes. Down he goes. Cody Rhodes is in trouble. Just when you think he's got it, there's McIntyre saying, nuh-uh, this is my night. Oof. Sent right into the post. I'll tell you, and honestly, this should have been the viewer discretion before the match even begun. This is not going to be for the weak in heart. It certainly has not been. McIntyre is not here for a wrestling match. He is here for a pummeling of Cody Rhodes, similar to how he went to Survivor Series to pummel Ilya Dragunov. Both McIntyre and Cody having some trouble with the tables in this matchup. Cannot focus on that for too long, as the opponent can be stirred at any moment. McIntyre sent to the outside here. Referee's counting, but he ain't getting far into that count. Drew McIntyre, plenty of life left in him in this World Heavyweight Championship bout. Oh, and Cody Rhodes with some life left in him. McIntyre was hesitant. Cody Rhodes was feeling froggy, and he jumped. Suicide dive to the outside. Shot out like a cannon. Drew McIntyre still stirring. McIntyre's got that table in play. Seems to be hell-bent on instituting it in this matchup. And walked right into the waiting arms of a World Heavyweight Champion who, just as McIntyre is obsessed with winning the gold, Cody's obsessed with finally dishing back all the beatdowns, all the heartbreak that Drew McIntyre has bestowed upon him. McIntyre set to the corner. Cody Rhodes closes the gap very, very quickly. Cody Rhodes knows what it's like to have to crawl from the bottom and make your way to the top. King of the Ring, winning the title against Gunther, retaining it over the last 148 days. But Drew McIntyre does not give a damn where he's been. It's about where he's at. And right now, Cody's in the middle of Madison Square Garden looking up at the lights. McIntyre finally sets up that table dead center of the ring as Cody again collapses off a collision with the corner. Elbow right to the tape abdominal, the precaution around the American Nightmare. Just trying to save whatever's left of Cody Rhodes, who has now been hoisted on top. I do not like this. That table looming precariously. Hesitation, vertical. Drew McIntyre with a superplex to Cody Rhodes through the table. That may be all she wrote. The reign of Cody Rhodes may be coming to a screeching halt. Cody's trying to get to his feet. After being put through the table off the superplex, gets to his feet only to be leveled by Drew. There's Cody with some life. Cody Rhodes will keep fighting until his heart stops, so there's no more breath in his lungs. That is what the American Nightmare is built of, built tough. Drew McIntyre had to believe he had this match put away off the superplex, but somehow the World Heavyweight Champion still proved to be a reigning, defending, fighting champion here at Madison Square Garden. McIntyre down on the canvas again. I don't know if Cody has done enough in this matchup to keep him down for good. Drew, again, as we mentioned earlier, might just be taking the moment to get some R&R. Drew sent to the corner, and Cody Rhodes not going to follow suit. I don't know what the American Nightmare's got in mind, but hopefully it leads to a little bit of payback. Steel chair off the skull of Drew McIntyre. I'm sure we're supposed to be unbiased, but how's it feel? Again, off the skull of the Scottish Warrior. Cody coming unglued with that steel chair that has been bent and broken in the middle of the ring. Cody Rhodes, passionate as all hell, dishing back months worth of frustration and pain and agony to Drew McIntyre. McIntyre, I believe, may have been busted open off one of those shots with the steel chair. That could greatly benefit Cody Rhodes. The American Nightmare becomes a shark that smells blood in the water. Drew McIntyre, for the first time truly in this matchup, may be in deep trouble. And you see McIntyre, he may realize it. He's walking in the opposite direction. Cody's in hot pursuit. Cody Rhodes not going to allow Drew McIntyre to walk away from this beating. Maybe there is hope. Maybe there is some fight left in the American Nightmare. Drew McIntyre still on the outside. Cody, slow down, Jesus! Cody Rhodes trying to go to the suicide dive. Overcommitted, and Drew McIntyre's gonna pick his bones. Damn it. Cody Rhodes crashes and burns at ringside as McIntyre has cleared off the announce table, and now it's Drew looking like a shark in infested waters. And Cody, I believe, has been lacerated as well. Both these men showing crimson red. Who will it benefit? Who will be down to dire strengths? McIntyre with a steel chair. Cody Rhodes saves his life. It is starting to look like a car wreck here in New York City. Cody Rhodes again. I don't know where he gets it, where he gets the guts. A suicide dive, and that time it works out. Cody Rhodes' body has got to be feeling like a shell of whatever 100% usually feels like. Back inside the ring, McIntyre knocks Cody off his feet once more. You know, it's one thing to be hurt, it's a whole other thing to be injured. I'm not sure where Cody Rhodes falls coming into tonight. And certainly, after everything Drew McIntyre has bestowed upon Cody just from the opening bell, Cody's got to be feeling like a broken, beaten individual. McIntyre's got his eyes on the steel chair again. And right to the abdominal of Cody. Cody might be leaving New York City on a stretcher tonight with broken ribs and stitches in his head. Oh! At some point, Cody just needs to stay down. Oh no, this might do it! Claymore kick by McIntyre! That's it, just hand him the title. McIntyre may have Cody Rhodes beaten. The Claymore kick lands flush. Cody's looking up at the lights of the garden, at least for a moment. Back on his feet. Damn it, another chair shot. Cody's got to stay down before he starts risking serious injury. It's not just about tonight, it's about the last 4 weeks. Every time Cody has come in contact with Drew, this has been the result. Cody's face is completely covered in his own blood, yet he continues to fight. To some men, the smell of their own blood is exactly what they need. To others, it's just a target. McIntyre bringing Cody to a deep, dark abyss off the Black Hole Slam. Cody Rhodes looking absolutely abysmal as he gets ragdolled to the outside, and McIntyre is closing the gap. Unfortunately, the referee, nothing he can do. Charles Robinson, he can't step in. This is no rules, no restrictions, and last man standing. There's Cody Rhodes still trying to fight. I don't know where he gets it. It's the heart. It's the determination. Cody, crossroads on the outside. Maybe it's not over yet for the World Heavyweight Champion. Maybe Cody still has a hope and a prayer. McIntyre's getting to his feet, but Cody realizes a weakened warrior is looming. Maybe not. Cody Rhodes just tackled Drew McIntyre, may be the most scary individual in all of New York City tonight. There is blood on the canvas here at ringside. And unfortunately, a lot of it's Cody's. McIntyre's lacerated, but Cody's bleeding buckets. McIntyre's got the steel chair back in his hand as if he needs it. Cody Rhodes able to dodge it. I don't know how Cody is even surviving, even continuing to fight. McIntyre ragdolls him down to the canvas. Look at Cody Rhodes. He is an absolute mess. There is blood everywhere here at ringside. And McIntyre's got his eyes on the damn announce table as if he needs it. Come on now. For the love of all that's mighty, McIntyre, stop! Pile driver through the announce table. Cody, for the love of God, just stay down. Son of a bitch. McIntyre satisfied with his actions. It's over. Cody, just stay down. It's over. A very uncomfortable situation here at ringside. A bloody Cody Rhodes has no idea where he is. McIntyre has taken back the World Heavyweight title.
Here is your winner, and the new World Heavyweight Champion, the Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre.
Well, I'm at a bit of a loss for words, ladies and gentlemen. 420 days ago, in this very building, Drew McIntyre lost the World Heavyweight Championship to Gunther, the man that Cody Rhodes beat back at SummerSlam. And thanks to months worth of heinous, disgusting actions by that son of a bitch, Drew McIntyre, he now stands on top of the industry once again as the new World Heavyweight Champion. This has become one of the most uncomfortable evenings that I've ever experienced. We need some help out here for Cody Rhodes, who's trying to get to stay down. It's over. It's over. Can't get enough Universe mode? Well, now is your chance to secure a backstage pass to more Universe than ever before. Become a Noah Nation Gaming channel member and gain entry to exclusive kickoff shows before each and every premium live event. Also, witness bi-monthly house shows that directly affect your episodic viewing of Universe Mode. Also, take a peek behind the curtain and see how Universe Mode is brought to life each and every week. Hit the join button down below, become a Backstage Pass Noah Nation Gaming channel member, and get your front row seat to more Universe than ever before. Well, as we try to get ringside cleaned up after the events of moments ago, ladies and gentlemen, it has been a historic night, to say the least, here in New York City. Thank you for joining us thus far at the Royal Rumble. We are, of course, on the road to WrestleMania. It begins right here tonight, 55 days away from Saturday night, March the 8th, and Sunday night, March the 9th, when we head to Philadelphia for the grandest stage of them all. We found out earlier tonight that Rhea Ripley would be making her way to WrestleMania. Who's going to be joining her? It is the 30-man Royal Rumble matchup. Superstars from Raw, superstars from SmackDown. As we saw earlier tonight, anybody can show up. Who will be the last man standing? Who is going to WrestleMania? It's been called the grandest stage of them all. The showcase of the Immortals. And on Saturday, March 8th and Sunday, March 9th, the biggest events of the year will arrive. Live from Lincoln Financial Field in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the superstars of Monday Night Raw and Thursday Night SmackDown will walk down the aisle for a chance to live forever. In these hallowed halls, whose name will be written into the annals of history? Who will stand and deliver? Who will perform their greatest symphonies yet? Who will stand on top of the world's biggest stage as a champion? We find out on Saturday night, March 8th, and Sunday night, March 9th, as Noah Nation Gaming channel memberships proudly present the 2025 WrestleMania!
The following contest is the Royal Rumble match. Now, the two superstars that drew number 1 and number 2 will start the ring at the same time. Other superstars will join in the order they drew. This will continue until all 30 superstars have entered the ring. Eliminations occur when you are thrown over the top rope with both feet landing on the floor. The last superstar in the ring will be declared the Royal Rumble winner and will go on to face the champion of their choice at WrestleMania!
It is time for the men's Royal Rumble matchup. And drawing entrance number 1, Dirty Dominic Mysterio of the Judgment Day. Could have happened to a nicer guy, if we're being honest.
Introducing the participants. First, representing the Judgment Day. From San Diego, California, weighing in at 200 pounds, Dirty Dominic Mysterio.
Well, Dominic Mysterio not having much better luck than he did last year. He started the Royal Rumble against his father, Rey Mysterio, in 2024, and now here he is at entrance number 1 in 2025. Well, so far, the Judgment Day has split the difference throughout tonight. Rhea Ripley having the best luck possible, winning the 2025 Women's Royal Rumble matchup. She is on the way to fight the champion of her choice at WrestleMania in Philadelphia. Damian Priest, of course, seemed to be closing in on the WWE Championship, only for the reemergence of Roman Reigns to stop him before he crossed the finish line. Now Dirty Dom enters the Royal Rumble at number 1. Finn Balor, of course, a participant in this matchup. Who knows what entrance he draws? Will the Judgment Day take home the Royal Rumble match? Will Madison Square Garden and this trip to New York City play host to the reemergence of the Judgment Day, reclimbing and retaking over Monday Night Raw? Dirty Dominic Mysterio with the pressure of the black and purple unit on his back. Can he go wire to wire? Can the former Intercontinental Champion get the job done? But who drew number 2? Dominic Mysterio will represent Raw, and this man, the Man Dragon, the Czar, Ilya Dragunov, represents SmackDown as he marches down the aisle at entrance number 2 in the Royal Rumble match.
Introducing the individual who drew number 2 from Moscow, Russia, weighing in at 187 pounds, Ilya Dragunov.
Well, I'm sure Ilya Dragunov not necessarily satisfied with the events of moments ago in the World Heavyweight Championship matchup, but his focus needs to be on the Royal Rumble. Same goes as we said for Dirty Dom. Dragunov wants to go to WrestleMania. He better be prepared to go from wire to wire here tonight. Ilya's had success in this building in the past. Back at Survivor Series in 2023, Ilya defeated Santos Escobar to win the Cruiserweight Championship in this very building. Former Intercontinental Champion, former NXT United Kingdom Champion, Ilya Dragunov has carved out a path for himself on SmackDown, becoming one of the most popular faces of Thursday nights. But can the Mad Dragon channel his rage, focus his energy, and outlast 29 others to win the Royal Rumble matchup? The road to WrestleMania has begun here tonight. Who will punch their golden ticket to Philadelphia? We will find out on the other side of the bell. The matchup is underway. Ilya Dragunov, Dominic Mysterio kicking things off in the 2025 Men's Royal Rumble match. Both of these men competing in last year's Rumble, those both of their first Royal Rumble matchups. Neither man, of course, getting the victory. Hoping for a different result this year. As we saw earlier tonight with the Women's Royal Rumble, it is anybody's ball game. Some of your favorites that I'm sure people in this building have in their minds and watching at home, some of the names you're picking, they might not even be able to outlast the unpredictable Royal Rumble matchup. Names that you wouldn't even believe may have a chance. We saw heavy hitters dropping like flies earlier tonight in the Women's Royal Rumble. God only knows what's going to happen in the men's turnaround as Dragunov all over Dominic in the early going. Number 3 entrant on their way from SmackDown. It is the Bruiserweight, Pete Dunne. Well, all three of these men, we should say, if we can count, got something in common. All former Intercontinental Champions. Pete Dunne and Ilya Dragunov, both former NXT United Kingdom Champions. Pete Dunne and Ilya actually met 2 years ago at WrestleMania, where Dragunov defeated Dunne to win the Intercontinental Championship. Here's Pete Dunne marching down the aisle and has targeted Dirty Dom ever since entering the squared circle. Pete Dunne, who was a part of the Cruiserweight Classic tournament a couple of months ago, not too far from here in Hammerstein Ballroom, looking to find some new luck in New York City. Running into an old foe in the Mad Dragon, and there's Dirty Dom scraping his fingers into the eyes. Oof! Got a boot for his troubles. You know, sometimes you just love to see Dom getting beat up. I know we should be unbiased and all that stuff, but there's just something about him, am I right? Nonetheless, entrance number 4. Another SmackDown representative, Tony D'Angelo, running down the ring to his first Royal Rumble match. This past Thursday on SmackDown, the D'Angelo family, along with Los Garza, defeated by now the new WWE Tag Team Champions in Axiom and Nathan Frazer. Tony D'Angelo failing to get a title opportunity earlier tonight, but now has found himself as a member of the Royal Rumble matchup and could find himself with a title opportunity at his first WrestleMania. Going to be a long journey to the back half of this matchup if Tony D is going to do it, but what better way to provide for the family than to win the Royal Rumble? Pete Dunne teetering here. Dominic Mysterio looking for the elimination. Pete Dunne, a bruiserweight, tough as nails. I'm sure Dirty Dom is going to be asking mommy for some ice later after he's done dealing with the bruiserweight. See Ilya soaring through the skies, taking Tony D off his feet. Entrance number 5 on their way. Pete Dunne once again staggered on the apron, and there he goes. Dirty Dominic Mysterio, hate to say it, but scores the first elimination of this matchup. Pete Dunne is gone, and Tyler Bate has entered the fray. One UK representative for another, the former Cruiserweight Champion, another former United Kingdom Champion, the big strong boy, Tyler Bate. Had a hell of a battle with the ring general Gunther 2 weeks ago on SmackDown. Wait a minute, Dirty Dom skinning the cat, nearly eliminated. Nonetheless, Tyler Bate stuck up in the corner by Tony D. As he watches a man he respects, ally, foe at times, and Pete Dunne make his way back to the locker room, an unfortunate first casualty of the Royal Rumble match. Oof. Yeah, Tony D'Angelo, he may be a dark horse, maybe not in the Royal Rumble. We'll see how he fares, but Tony D's got a bright future ahead of him in the WWE, like his attitude or not, like his actions or not. He'll be very tough, very physical inside of that ring. He's in there with a vast variety of talent right now as we await entrance number 6 of the Rumble. Oh, here we go. NXT representative from Dallas. It is Joe Coffey. And No Nation Gaming channel members got a up-close and personal look at Joe Coffey 2 weeks ago at the Slammy Award kickoff show. He had one hell of a battle against the big man, Bronson Reed, for the Intercontinental Championship. Coming up short, answering that open challenge, but certainly impressed and might have rewarded him a spot in the Royal Rumble matchup. Oh, look at Dom and Joe Coffey. Two guys with bad attitudes working together on Tyler Bate. NXT representative, we saw Julia earlier tonight absolutely tearing things up in the Women's Royal Rumble matchup. Maybe Joe Coffey's going to have similar luck. Representing the black and yellow brand, Joe Coffey takes down a old foe in Tyler Bate as Tony D'Angelo uses his strength and size to keep Ely off his feet at least for a moment. This is how the Royal Rumble goes. The ring going to start to fill up and the hits going to keep on coming. Now, number 7, the Aussie icon, Grayson Waller, who may have some blood on his hands after what transpired this past Thursday night on SmackDown. There goes Tony D. Joe Coffey with an elimination as he takes out Tony D. Well, what did we say a few moments ago? Coffey may have similar luck than Julia. Tyler Bate over the top rope, and there he goes as well. The head of Gallus, Joe Coffey from NXT. Not one, but 2 eliminations in the Royal Rumble match. Well, as we were mentioning, Grayson Waller with a target on his back after he seemingly took out Trick Williams this past Thursday night and then ran into Carmelo Hayes. Melo was all kinds of fired up, going after Grayson Waller. Whole situation developing there on SmackDown on Thursday nights. Joe Coffey back-to-back eliminations as he targets the Aussie icon and Grayson Waller, the 2 men who started this thing. Drag it off, and Dom still faring in the Royal Rumble match. Number 8 on his way, and speaking of the devil, Trick running down the aisle, looking to whoop that Trick here in New York City. Well, Trick Williams got his eyes on Grayson Waller, but there's a couple of other bodies inside of that ring that he better be aware of. Dangerous souls at that, like Dragunov and Coffey. Then here there's Dom as well. Grayson Waller set in the corner, just comes running in. Man, Dragon. I don't even know if Waller realizes that Trick is inside of the ring right now. We saw the scene this past Thursday night. Trick Williams was ruled out of competition. We quickly ruled there was no serious injuries thanks to Trick heading to the trainer's room. He's obviously too banged up to compete 3 nights ago on SmackDown. Grayson Waller, who was knocked out of that gauntlet several weeks back by Trick with an obvious issue with that man as he looks to eliminate Dirty Dom. Wait a minute here, looks like Trick. Wait a minute, strange alliances. There goes Dirty Dom.
Mysterio has been eliminated.
The enemies, Trick and Waller, just eliminated Dirty Dom together, and Waller quickly turns his back on Trick. No surprise about that. Anything can happen in the Royal Rumble matchup. Dominic Mysterio is gone. Number 9, Chad Gable from SmackDown enters the ring. The Royal Rumble off the charts thus far. The Judgment Day suffering another unfortunate defeat. There goes Joe Coffey.
Coffey has been eliminated.
Solid performance by Gallus's NXT's Joe Coffey in this matchup as he eliminated Tony D'Angelo as well as Tyler Bate. But Trick Williams taking care of him. Trick looking to get rid of Grayson Waller. Waller hanging up on the apron. It'll certainly be satisfactory if Trick Williams can come to the Royal Rumble tonight and get rid of the man who ambushed him, at least of what he believes, this past Thursday night on SmackDown. Saw how pissed off Carmelo Hayes was. Stepped right into Trick's spot, said, "I'll wrestle Grayson Waller," and absolutely was the aggressor for the majority of that matchup. Who is coming out next? At number 10, speaking of rivals, it's the Celtic Warrior Sheamus. There is bad blood between himself and Ilya Dragunov. And Ilya going right after Sheamus. Sheamus knocking Dragunov out with a bro kick this past Thursday night. All the while, Trick now being double teamed by Waller and Gable. Able to hold on. Ilya looking to eliminate Sheamus. Dragunov's got to make sure he isn't over-emotional here of a man he has had several battles with throughout the fall and into the winter. Sheamus and Dragunov, unfinished business there, just as there is between Dragunov and McIntyre. So many developing stories every Thursday night on SmackDown. There goes Gable. Trick turns around into the waiting arms of Grayson Waller. Waller attacking from behind, just as Trick believes he did 3 days ago. There goes Trick. Grayson Waller strikes again. Ilya has targeted the Celtic Warrior, and here comes at number 11. Grayson, you got some Aussie company. It's the Intercontinental Champion from Raw, Big Bronson Reed. Reed entering his first Royal Rumble matchup back here in Madison Square Garden, the same building he made his WWE return in last March. Reed has become a stellar performer on Monday nights, winning the Intercontinental Championship from Dirty Dom in the first part of November. I'm sure there's still some unfinished business between Reed and Dom after what we saw this past Monday night, but nonetheless, Reed's focus is on the Royal Rumble as he looks to level Grayson Waller and prove there's only room for one Australian in the Royal Rumble matchup. And while Sheamus and Ilya have barely gotten out of each other's sights, certainly isn't a shocker. Oh man, Grayson Waller, good luck with that. Trying to 1v1 Bronson Reed in a toggle for elimination. Better luck next time. Oh man, at number 12 from NXT, the ruler, Obafemi, is in the Royal Rumble. Well, we already saw Joe Coffey. He already put his impact on this matchup. We saw what Julia did in the Women's Rumble. Now Obafemi in the Men's Royal Rumble match. Saw Sheamus went right after the ruler. The man they call the ruler from NXT wants no parts of that super heavyweight. And Obafemi and Sheamus, Obafemi and Reed, sign me up any day of the week, twice on Sunday. Obafemi's got his eyes on the Celtic Warrior, an international affair that would sell out Madison Square Garden, no doubt about it. Ilya Dragunov right on the attack on Sheamus. He has got a bone to pick, and he ain't gonna let it go. Sheamus set to the ropes. Dragunov ragdolls him. Waller trying to lean on his ability to take down the big man in Obafemi. Not sure how it's going to work out in the long run, but at number 13, it is the Street Champ, Solo Sikoa. The first time Solo is in action since he came up short to none other than Bronson Reed back in November at Survivor Series. Obafemi's got Solo in a military press. Down he goes. We'll do our best to keep up with this action as it progresses. There goes Waller. Ilya Dragunov taking care of the self-proclaimed Aussie icon. And goes right back to work on Sheamus. And Dragunov's in there, literally surrounded by heavyweights. Sheamus, Oba, Reed, and Solo locking horns for the first time since Survivor Series. Oh, wait a minute, Sheamus might have his bell rung. Ilya takes care of him. The Celtic Warrior gone. See you later. That's gotta feel good deep down in the soul of the man dragon. Oof. What do you leveled by Solo? And number 14, Imperium's Ludwig Kaiser. Kaiser's had run-ins with Dragunov, run-ins with John Cena in recent weeks. Had his spot in that number 1 contender's gauntlet for the United States Championship taken away thanks to John Cena and developing issues between Cena and Gunther on SmackDown. Man, not many people are going to be able to ragdoll Obafemi like Bronson Reed just did. A couple of rare breeds inside of that ring. Kaiser's trying to play escape. And what a night it has been here in New York City in Madison Square Garden. Ludwig Kaiser, number 14. As the Men's Royal Rumble of 2025 progresses, Rhea Ripley earlier tonight punching her ticket. She will challenge for one championship or another in Philadelphia Lincoln Financial Field in March. Who will be the men's side? Who will challenge for either the World or WWE title at WrestleMania? Number 15 on his way. It is the United States Champion, main event. Jey Uso is on the scene. We are halfway through the Men's Royal Rumble. Jey Uso in there with his younger brother, Solo Sikoa. I don't even think they've realized it yet, or at least had a chance to cross paths. Or maybe they're not gonna at all as Reed eliminates Solo.
Has been eliminated.
I'll tell you, Bronson Reed, intentional or not, has been a thorn in the side of Solo Sikoa. That is a underlining story of Monday Night Raw the last few months, and now it happens again. Solo Sikoa eliminated by the Intercontinental Champion. Obafemi might not be too far behind, but he's able to hold on. Oba getting up Bronson Reed, ever impressive. Meanwhile, Ludwig Kaiser trying to take out Jey Uso. Remember, Kaiser was challenging Carmelo Hayes a few months ago for the United States Championship. I'm sure he wants another go-around. Oh, and there goes Obafemi. Bronson Reed taking care of an NXT standout. Another great showing by the black and yellow brand here at the Royal Rumble. Number 16 is SmackDown's Andrade. And Bronson Reed having himself a night thus far. Some big eliminations for the big Aussie. Monday Night Raw's Intercontinental Champion Andrade nearly eliminated. Ilya Dragunov still in there halfway during the Royal Rumble matchup. He entered at number 2. We saw Jade Cargill earlier tonight at entrance number 2, make it all the way to near number 19, 20, I believe. Impressive by Jade Cargill earlier tonight. Ilya Dragunov, I'm sure his tank's got to be running on E. Hoping that the will and the determination to go to WrestleMania fuels him in the back half of this contest. Oof! Intercontinental Champion, the United States Champion, crossing paths as Andrade getting sent by Ilya. Kaiser gone. Thanks for coming. Ludwig Kaiser out of here by hands of the Intercontinental Champion, who continues to impress. Santos Escobar, number 17, on the scene. Bronson Reed maybe with the most impressive showing in this matchup thus far as Andrade just leveled Jey Uso. Took his eye off the big Aussie, who was haunted like a ghost. Santos Escobar, Andrade, loads of history. Not even sure their paths are going to cross at the moment because they are dealing with individual situations with Raw and SmackDown respective champions. Jey taking out Santos. Bronson Reed, eyes locked on Alidolo. Oh no, Andrade! See ya! Bye! Power bomb to the outside. Andrade eliminated by Big Bronson Reed. Number 18 on his way next. Oh, and it is Austin Theory from SmackDown. There goes Escobar. Bronson Reed is on a tear. Oh, Austin Theory might have caught the Intercontinental Champion slipping that time, and there goes Reed. Nothing to be ashamed of in defeat. What an outing in his very first Royal Rumble matchup for Big Bronson Reed, who has now been eliminated by a fresh Austin Theory. Austin Theory's got to be worried about Randy Orton and if their paths are going to cross in this Rumble, but right now he's focused on the man he nearly defeated 2 weeks ago to win the United States Championship on SmackDown, and that's main event Jey Uso. 3 blue brand representatives inside of a mutual Royal Rumble ring at the moment. Ilya Dragunov still showing up and showing out. Only to be dropped by the young man from A-Town. Theory, the only man left standing on his feet for the moment. And it may not be for long. Here comes the Viper. Randy Orton said on social media earlier this week that Theory would be up late at night in cold sweats thinking about when Orton's gonna strike, when Orton's gonna get that payback for Theory taking him out all the way back on Halloween night. So a little double team action by Orton and Jey. It's as if Jey was paying Orton back for that assist at New Year's Revolution. But Orton's getting his hands on Austin Theory for the first time since October. Theory tried to use Orton as a stepping stone to recalibrate and catapult his success on SmackDown. Orton not going to allow Theory to get away scot-free. Theory and Orton locking horns. Jay and Dragunov locking horns. 4 heavy hitters in the Rumble at the current moment. Only one can go to WrestleMania. We still got 11 names to come. Who is up next in the Garden? At number 20, the Judgment Day's got one more chance at some good luck tonight. It's the Prince, Finn Balor. Ilya Dragunov now entangling his second Judgment Day opponent of the evening is Austin Theory. Nearly sent over the top rope by Randy Orton. Finn Balor hoping that the Judgment Day can at least go 2-2 tonight. Maybe winning back-to-back Royal Rumble matches will make Damian Priest and Dominic Mysterio feel a little bit better about their unfortunate losses here in the Garden. Balor all over the Apex Predator Randy Orton. As much as Randy Orton, I'm sure, wants to rip Austin Theory to shreds and teach him a lesson he won't soon forget. Orton's a veteran. Orton knows he can't be solely focused on Theory tonight. It is about the grander picture, and it's about, once again, winning the Royal Rumble matchup in his career and headlining WrestleMania. Who is coming out here in the Garden? At number 21, former United States champion, Carmelo Hayes. Melo with a victory over Grayson Waller this past Thursday. Was attacked by Waller after the bell. Jey Uso made the save, and then Melo laid out Jey moments afterwards. Carmelo Hayes obviously with the mindset of anybody was a target, anybody was a suspect in terms of who took out Trick Williams. Carmelo Hayes center the top rope. Melo's gone. Well, Finn Balor spoiling Carmelo Hayes and his shot at the Royal Rumble. That's gotta suck if you're Melo. Melo has had some struggles over the last few months. First, losing the United States Championship, failing to get it back, failing to become the #1 contender, and now in and out of the Royal Rumble. Well, that has got a sting for the man they call him the one-of-one in Carmelo Hayes, but that is the nature of the game. That is the Royal Rumble. We saw with some big names in the Women's Rumble earlier tonight. And speaking of some heavy hitters, some big-time superstars, number 22, the Visionary, the Revolutionary, Seth freaking Rollins and Finn Balor locking horns with Seth. Picking up right where they left off, at least for a moment, this past Monday night on Raw. Rollins hot out of the gate on Monday with a big victory over Finn. Hold that thought. You saw Theory dead center of the ring. Low blow to Randy Orton. Well, hold on here. Ilya eliminates Jey. The United States champion Jey Uso eliminated by entrance number 2, the Mad Dragon Ilya Dragunov, who somehow is still going strong in the Royal Rumble match. Rollins with a bone to pick with Finn. Theory with a bone to pick with Orton. These two rivals crossing paths in the Rumble. It's given Ilya a moment to breathe. Take what you can get in the middle of all this chaos as number 23 approaches the ring, and it's one half of the World Tag Team Champions. It's Sami Zayn. Zayn with loads of history with Finn Balor as well. Just pinned the Prince 2 weeks ago to win the World Tag Team titles alongside Kevin Owens. Some big names inside of that ring right now, and still some more to come as the 2025 Men's Royal Rumble match progresses. Austin Theory, Seth Rollins locking horns, interpromotional battles like Orton and Zayn and Balor and Dragunov right now. I'm sure in none of these superstars' mind, it's not about what brand you're representing, it's about who's going to make their way to WrestleMania. Sami Zayn's got Finn Balor up in a precarious situation here. Balor may be in trouble as one half of the World Tag Team Champions is looking to get his night spoiled. I should say is looking to spoil Finn Balor's night. That'll be a little bit more proper. Coming out at number 24, the megastar, L.A. night. Finn Balor nearly eliminated. Holds on. The megastar returning to action after a couple of month hiatus 2 weeks ago with the Slammies with a statement victory over The Miz. Former Intercontinental Champion Sami Zayn and LA Knight, those two men met last year at WrestleMania over said Intercontinental Championship. Here they are again crossing paths in the Rumble. LA Knight looking for another shot at the WWE title, something he challenged for back in the summer. Man, you gotta have eyes in the back of your head, not just as a participant in this matchup, but as a viewer to keep up with all the action. Austin Theory's got Seth Rollins backed into a corner. Austin Theory wants to get back to the promised land, win a world championship here in WWE. The Royal Rumble is the golden ticket to do it. Who's coming out? Number 25. Oh, it is Carlito! What do you think can happen in the Rumble? Any surprise at any given moment? Here is a former United States champion, a former Intercontinental champion, a former Tag Team champion. Caribbean Cool has made his way to New York City. Austin Theory saying, I'm not a fan of you and I'm not a fan of your hair either. Theory holding on for dear life. Ilya Dragunov hot on his tail. Down goes Theory.
Theory has been eliminated.
Seth Rollins, nearly eliminated. Holds on. Austin Theory eliminated by the Mad Dragon, Ilya Dragunov. LA Knight's gone. Seth Rollins taking care of a heavy hitter in the Megastar. Just as the big names make their way to the ring, is just as they will fall short on the wayside. Only one man can win the Rumble. Set the stage at the moment. Ilya Dragunov, Sami Zayn, Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, Carlito, and Randy Orton in the Rumble at the current moment. There goes Sami. Well, that's got to be satisfactory for Finn Balor. Sami Zayn pinned him 2 weeks ago on Raw to win the World Tag Team titles, and now Balor eliminates Sami Zayn from the Royal Rumble match. 5 superstars currently in the ring. Just a couple of more entrants to come as Seth Rollins has got Finn Balor teetering here. Ilya Dragunov focusing on the surprise of Carlito, Caribbean Cool. Carlito, former champion, plenty of Royal Rumble match experience, and he shocked the world tonight and shocked all these superstars by winning the whole damn thing. Finn Balor looking to make sure that does not happen as Seth Rollins holding on for dear life against an old foe in Randy Orton. We are on the road to entrance number 26. We are getting down to the wire in the Royal Rumble match. Who's on their way? Here in the Garden, it is the other half of the World Tag Team Champions, Kevin Owens. Well, tomorrow night on Raw, we got a 4-quarter survival matchup to determine the number 1 contenders for the World Tag Team titles. But tonight, Kevin Owens' sole focus is hoping to win his back-to-back Royal Rumble match. Randy Orton's got Owens teetering. Kevin Owens, last year's winner, went all the way to WrestleMania to defeat the man in the ring in the pink, Seth Rollins, to win the WWE Championship. Owens hoping to do so again. Right now he's got Randy Orton in his line of fire. Loads of history between KO and Rollins, loads of history between KO and Finn, and there you see it reignited right there. And Carlito, a little bit of a target in this matchup. Every man trying to get their hands on that throw. Carlito. Oh, wait a minute. Well, we saw it with Waller and Trick earlier. Quick allies and soon-to-be enemies. Balor and Kevin Owens going after Lito, and now Owens going after Finn. And now, business gonna pick up at number 27. The former WWE Champion, the Second City Saint, CM Punk. It was 1 year ago at the Royal Rumble that CM Punk started his comeback journey here in the WWE. He won the WWE Championship by beating none other than Kevin Owens back in July at Money in the Bank. losing it a few months later to AJ Styles, winning it back from AJ Styles 2 weeks ago at the Slammy Awards. Only Carlito eliminated by Dragunov. CM Punk beating AJ Styles 2 weeks ago, only for Bron Breakker to cash in Money in the Bank. Now Punk with another opportunity to get back to the promised land. Oh, there goes KO. Finn Balor eliminating not one but two, both members of the World Tag Team Champions. 5 superstars in the ring. More talent to come. Number 28 is on his way. And speaking of the devil, it is the former WWE Champion as well, the phenomenal AJ Styles. AJ Styles and Punk with 2 extraordinary one-on-one matches in 2024. One of them was on the ballot for the best match of last year. Finn Balor holding on for dear life. Nothing Dragunov can do that time. Styles and Punk now meeting each other in the ring. I'm sure it'd be oh so satisfactory to one or the other to get the elimination here tonight. AJ Styles gets caught with an RKO by Randy Orton. Welcome to the Rumble. It might be the Viper's time to rise again. Going to be met with a kick by Seth Rollins. A Punk going after a weak and phenomenal one. Punk looking to knock AJ Styles out here at the Rumble just like he did 2 weeks ago in Los Angeles at the Slammy Awards. AJ holding on. Finn holding on. Number 29 on his way. It is the franchise, John Cena. Cena, hell-bent on achieving greatness, becoming a 17-time world champion. He fell short to Cody Rhodes at Survivor Series. Cena with another opportunity to get a championship matchup at WrestleMania if he can outlast the Royal Rumble. Look at the array of talent that is in the ring right now. Former world champions. John Cena in there with AJ Styles, a man he has loads of history with as well. The franchise nearly was the #1 contender for the World Championship here tonight at the Rumble. Probably would have been if it weren't for the ring general, Gunther. Developing story between those two superstars. The clock ticks down. Number 30. And I think we know who is left to enter. One of the most dominating champions in SmackDown history. The Ring General, Gunther. One of the men inside of the ring. There are 8 of them to choose from. One of these superstars are going to WrestleMania. It will be Finn Balor. Dragunov eliminates Finn. Dragunov and Gunther locking horns. Remember their incredible bout from Money in the Bank late last year. Seth Rollins, John Cena, Ilya Dragunov, AJ Styles, Gunther, CM Punk, Randy Orton. It is truly anybody's ball game. Who is going to main event in Philadelphia? AJ Styles caught up by Gunther. Those two men have had battles in years past. CM Punk and Gunther locking horns for the very first time in the midst of the Rumble. Dragunov's got Seth on top. We're going to take him for a little amusement park ride in the ring. Let us not forget about the issues between Gunther and Cena. New York City in appreciation of what they are witnessing. A moment in time, a historic night. Future Hall of Famers, all-stars of the industry, clashing for one golden opportunity to main event the grandest stage of them all. There are no more entrants left. It is going to be one of these 7. Cena and Orton reigniting their age-old rivalry. Truly anybody's ball game. to be the last man standing. We saw what it took earlier tonight. Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, Nia Jax, they were battling for several minutes before we got a decision. Who knows how long we will be here with these men, tough as nails, egos the size of New York City, nobody wanting to give an inch or holding on. Gunther gets rid of him.
Has been eliminated.
Gunther eliminates the Viper, and just like that, we are down to 6. Gunther levels CM Punk with a Death Valley driver. Dream match, one-on-one, those two individuals. Gunther beating the hell out of the Second City Saint, only to get chopped down to size by the phenomenal AJ Styles. And Rollins, Styles, Punk, Gunther, 4 men who at some point in 2024 were a World or WWE champion on their respective brands. Then you got John Cena, 16-time world champion. Then you got Ilya Dragunov, who's been in this matchup since entrance number 2. Cena and Gunther locking horns. A rivalry brewing. Punk and AJ
Has been eliminated.
Seth Rollins eliminated by Ilya Dragunov. Punk and Cena. Can't believe my eyes, they're going at it. As we are down to 5 in the Royal Rumble. John Cena over the top rope. Cena holding on. Dragunov turning his sights to the phenomenal AJ Styles as CM Punk and John Cena are mixing it up in Madison Square Garden. CM Punk is gone!
Has been eliminated.
John Cena has eliminated CM Punk. AJ Styles holding it on. John Cena trying to knock him down to size. There goes him!
AJ Styles has been eliminated.
John Cena with back-to-back eliminations, gets rid of Styles, gets rid of Punk, is the franchise player nearing his 17th trip to the top of the mountain. We are down to 3. Ilya Dragunov, John Cena, and Gunther. Gunther entered, I should say Ilya Dragunov entered at number 2, John Cena number 29, Gunther number 30. The developing issues between Gunther and Cena on SmackDown. The history between Gunther and Dragunov in the past, battling over championships. John Cena's desire to be number 17. What a story being written here in Madison Square Garden. Dragunov drops Gunther. I hate to sound like a broken record, but it is unpredictable. It is anybody's ball game here in New York City. Who's gonna be the man? Who wants it more? Who's gonna win the Royal Rumble? And Ilya Dragunov and John Cena crossing paths. What a sight. One of the best to ever do it. A man who is looking to stake his claim at the top of the industry. In there with one of the most dominant champions of all time. Gunther, Dragunov, and Cena standing off. Cena trying to create some separation. You remember the last time we saw Cena and Gunther 2 weeks ago at New Year's Revolution. Cena was dropped. Well, Gunther holding on to the top rope, nearly eliminated that time. Cena was dropped with a powerbomb, first in the ring and then on the outside. Gunther has had enough dealing with the franchise. And I think that same can be said vice versa. Drew McIntyre, the new World Heavyweight Champion. Unfortunately, the events of earlier tonight, Bron Breakker retaining his WWE Championship. Of course, many stops to come on the road to WrestleMania. Who knows if those two men will be making it to Philadelphia with their gold. But if they do, one of them can expect to face one of these 3 individuals in Philadelphia at WrestleMania. Dragunov takes down Gunther. This is one of those moments where you just want to sit back, watch, and wait. And similar to what we said earlier tonight, there's almost a hush over the building at times in Madison Square Garden as all the eyes are locked on the squared circle and everybody waits in anticipation to see who is going to be the last man standing in the 30-man Royal Rumble match. Ilya Dragunov trying to fight both of these monstrous individuals, but I don't know how much he's got left in the tank. Oh no, power bomb! Familiar sight, John Cena going crashing down by hands of Ring General. Gunther and Dragunov, of course, representing the SmackDown brand. John Cena, although has been on SmackDown the last few months, technically by contract a free agent here in the WWE. Of course, all of that null and void. If you win the Royal Rumble match, you can challenge any champion you want, Raw or SmackDown. Cena trying to eliminate Gunther. Ilya Dragunov's gonna join in. The ring general in trouble. Trying to hold on, nearly eliminated. Is he gone? Is he gonna go? No. How the hell did he escape that? Man, do not forget about one of the most dominant reigns in SmackDown history. A World Championship reign that began right here in Madison Square Garden 420 days ago and lasted all the way till SummerSlam last year. Gunther looking to get back what he lost, and that's the championship of the world. The Royal Rumble, a first-class ticket to do it. Cena set into the ropes. Man, what an overhead throw. Gunther so physical inside of that ring. John Cena may have entered at number 29. Gunther coming in at 30, so you gotta imagine energy levels nearing the same. When you're in there with somebody like Gunther, he's gonna chop you down to size and beat you down a lot earlier than many would. John Cena looking to rule the ring. Ilya getting a moment of R&R and saw the franchise coming. Gunther looking worse for wear. Cena looking worse for wear. And somehow, the man who entered at number 2 is still in it in the final moments of the Royal Rumble match. Dragunov with his eyes on the ring general. I'm sure it'd be satisfactory for Ilya if he could eliminate the man who spoiled the World Heavyweight Championship matchup that Dragunov was awarded last summer at Money in the Bank. John Cena trying to go after Dragunov. You know, dare I say, we talked about it earlier tonight with Io and Rhea going after Nia. Gunther may have the biggest target out of all three of these individuals. It might be smart for Cena and Ilya to kind of team up here and take on the head of Imperium. This is the Royal Rumble, and egos clash. I don't know if that's going to be what works out. John Cena with Gunther on his shoulders. Attitude adjustment. Gunther eliminated. We are down to 2. Cena, Dragunov. What a moment here in MSG. Torpedo Moscow by Ilya. Cena eliminates Gunther. Dragunov going after John. The franchise holds on. There he goes. Ilya has won the Rumble. From number 2, from wire to wire, from pillar to post, the man Dragon spews his fire on 29 individuals, burns down the kingdom, and is now heading to WrestleMania. Ilya Dragunov has found success in this very building before. He returns to Madison Square Garden with magic in the air. The world's most famous arena pays him dividends. The Czar, the man Dragon, a superstar who has been knocked down time and time again, only to drag his body back to his own 2 feet. Ilya Dragunov, the winner of the 2025 Men's Royal Rumble match, and Ilya Dragunov is going to WrestleMania!